Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this beat myself, so hear me. I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. This some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah, it's in their bones, the thugs in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
Peeps, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? Good morning, good morning, good morning first and foremost. Big up your damn selves, guys. Make sure you're smashing the like button. I'm tired of asking, but you guys are not smashing the freaking like button, and it's pissing me off. I'll be real. I was looking this morning, I was like, yo, like, I don't understand why the like button is looking a bit fugazi. But listen, man, it is what it is. You guys are over there on other people's channels and that, smashing likes and doing this and doing that. You're not trying to send any love to myself and a Savage, a Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you guys be in the comment section, you know what I mean? Busting jokes and that. Big up to the real ones, you know what I mean? The real ones, they know who they are. They know who they are. I don't need to say no names. But now, all jokes aside, man, now big up to yourselves, man. Obviously, Premier League round up. I'm joined, as I said before, by ENDZ. We might have a couple of other people jumping in and out of the stream before we start and we get into laughing at a team over there in North London. ENDZ, how are you this morning, bro?
I'm good. Do you know what? I'm good, man. And like G said, man, guys, man, if you jump in, just consider it. Consider dropping a like on the video, man. Even if you don't like it, dislike it. Put the thumbs down. You guys already know how YouTube works by now. The algorithm, we push the channel out, and let's vibe out with more people, man. But I hope you guys had a great weekend, to be fair, because I know we did. Family time, friends time, Liverpool time, Arsenal time. We'll give them a bit of time as well. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, all in all, is good. You know, one thing I was thinking, bro, why do I look high when I don't have my glasses on? And I'm not.
I keep telling you, like, it's not.
Either I got lazy eyes, or I don't know. We're like, what's going on?
We're not judging you, like, either way.
People do in the comments, bro. They said ends look high in that bare times.
Guys, obviously, apologies if the internet starts going with fugazi, but I don't really care. Obviously, I dropped a video over on my other channel, talking about Harry Potter. So go check that one out, people. It's in there. It's in the chat. All you got to do is hit the link button, hit that button. Yeah, it's a very interesting video. Obviously, you guys can see the title. Obviously, things that have been going on in the Harry Potter casting world and etc. etc. So yeah, man, go and check that out. I think it's a very interesting topic. As per usual, we're talking about race. So yeah, man, go check it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, etc. etc. But listen, man, let's dive into it. So peeps, man, you guys can see the league table. This is the top two anyway. This is the top two. This is what it is right now as of today's date. So today being the 10th of March, Liverpool are now 15 points clear. Game in hand, Arsenal do have over Liverpool. So let's just say, just for argument's sake, and that no one starts crying, let's just say Arsenal are 12 points behind. I'll give them 3 points because it is what it is. At this point, I don't really care. So let's just say Arsenal are only like 12 points behind. I think now we've reached a stage where it doesn't really matter anymore. Do you know what I mean? I like, to me, it doesn't really matter. I'm not really too focused, if I'm being totally honest, on this title running. I feel like the lads will just go out there, do what they need to do, and, you know, etc. etc. So to be honest with you, the fact that Arsenal keep dropping points, to me, just shows a level of, listen, man, we ain't really, do you know what I mean? We're not really trying to push for this title as they keep telling everybody, you know, kind of thing. You know, this looks like, and I mean, we'll check out the league table in a second. It looks like this is going to be the third, is it third? Yeah, third season in a row that Arsenal will potentially finish in second. And I say potentially because I'm sure Nottingham Forest are only 4 points behind them. So again, yeah, it's looking very interesting, man. It's looking very interesting. But ENDZ, man, chat to me before we get in. We're going to go through all of the Premier League results, obviously, this weekend, and then we'll take a look, you know, at the table and that. But just looking at the table, just how are your kind of feelings, both Liverpool perspective and also just in a general kind of perspective? How are you kind of seeing things? And yeah, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
You know, with in terms of the Liverpool, I'll start with that. For Liverpool, it's a strange one, right? Because for me, at some points, I'm like, I just want it to be over, bro, so we can concentrate
Yeah.
on maybe like just the Champions League. Like, I wish we could just wrap it up early and then we can then concentrate on the Champions League. Look, that will come when it comes in it, to be fair. But I'm so calm, man. I'm so calm because I look at the team and going, even when we go behind, they know how to get back. They know how to find, and dig out a result. You've got players like Salah, obviously done his best from the start of the season up till now. And then you had the other guys just chipping in where they can in terms of goals and assists and performances. Backline looks cohesive now. Looks confident. Looks like they love defending. And when you see them celebrating tackles on blocks and stuff like that, and now we've got that added little thing now where Wataru can come in. You're like, raw. When Wataru comes in, you already know what that means, bro. That means, yeah, we're protecting the lead and it's shut out time. Now it's to shut the game out and lock up everything now. And then you've got players like, obviously Darwin played a massive part in this particular game, Southampton. And then you've got players like Jota to come off the bench, because obviously, look, this season he hasn't been at his best, and I know we can speak about different performances across the season, but if I'm generalizing it, I'm just looking at the players that we have, bro, and they can all come in and do something. And this is bearing in mind, this is without Bradley being fit. This is without Gomez being fit at the moment. Is Konaté back to his 100%? Maybe. I know he brought himself back early for us as well. And then this is with like people saying like maybe Sobo ain't that great, and maybe Gravenberch hasn't been at his best of late, but I thought he was really good in the Southampton one. But yeah, it's just looking at the way we play, bro. I'm just confident now. I look at us and go, I don't see anything stopping us, especially the home games. Maybe, and even then, I say that we've dropped more points at home than we have done away. So that's even a mad thing as well. And then from the Arsenal perspective, I don't know, bro. It just feels like they've spent this whole season just making excuses, bro. Like, and it's not a knock on them, right? It's not. I don't want to knock them, but it's getting pathetic now. Them saying, yeah, the referee measured out 11.2 instead of 10 yards. Just like, what are we doing now? Your goalkeeper decided he wanted to mark the post on the hand side, bro. Oh, sorry. You wanted to mark the post on the right-hand side, then actually maybe in the middle, and then, you know what I mean? Blame your goalkeeper there. But then he saved them in the game. And then you look at the way that they play, and they're like, oh, we need a forward. And I'm just like, oh, but you do know if you have a forward that the teams will just mark him if you solely want to go through the forward. You have to have midfield runners. You have to have players that's going to run in behind the striker to create space. You got Martin Odegaard. You know how much I rate him, but he hasn't been at his best this season. But the other two,
just quickly,
running behind, bro.
Just before you continue, I'm going to jump out and jump back in. You can continue.
Cool.
You continue.
Cool. Yeah, they don't have any midfielders that are actually running in behind the defender, like the defense in the teams that they're playing. They're solely relying on just the forwards. Where for us, we got Sobo that will make a run in behind. You got McAllister that will make a run behind. Even our fullbacks will make runs in behind at times as well. But these guys don't have anyone that's doing that. So when they say they need a striker, I'm like, yeah, are you even creating chances? Are you even creating chances for strikers? The last 3 games Arsenal's played, they've scored 1 goal. And you're like, well, if you had a striker, what does that mean? You scored more? Because you didn't create chances. Man United sat in and did what they needed to do to get their result, but they did the exact same thing they did against you guys in the FA Cup. They played the exact same way. This time, obviously, they didn't win. But obviously, last time they won on pens or whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know. Arsenal spent too much time blaming referees, blaming everyone else, blaming injuries, blaming everything else bar their team and their manager. And I'm not saying everybody. I'm talking from a generalized, standpoint. Not talking about the ones that are calling these things out, because you've got a couple that are, but you're not majority. You're the minority in this conversation. But in general, bro, like you've got a team full of players. You told me they got the best defenders. You got top midfielders. You got Declan Rice, that's 100 million. You got this. Do you know what I mean? So are you telling me you're Saka FC then? Is that what you're telling me? Is that the conversation in Arsenal fans? Are we Saka FC? Are we who's the other one? Martinelli, he's now back, so there's no excuses there now. You've got, are we Havertz FC? What are we then? You're saying that we need a striker. Your manager has spent 5 years at the club and spent over 700 million, but has not bought a striker. And then, but Jesus was a striker at Man City. Don't care what no one says. You bought Havertz and decided to play him as a striker. So then, what are we complaining? You had January. You said you need a striker. Why didn't you go and buy a striker in January then? Like, they're not blaming no one else, bro. They just literally, they don't want to blame no one. They just want to blame refs. They want to blame, they want to blame decisions going against them. They want to blame the grass length. They want to blame the sun. You know what I mean? The sun wasn't setting in the right, the right side. Like, they just want to blame everything else. While I'm looking at their team going, bro, you got ballers in your team. Yo, use them. You got transfer windows. Use them. Like, what are we doing here? How are you going to say, yeah, if we had a striker, or yeah, the attacking? Nah, that's your manager, bro. The man ain't, he ain't got the foresight, bro. How are you guys got 3 men in the team, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, and Saka, and then I'm like, right, I ain't even got a backup for them. And even if you have a backup, it would be Trossard, Sterling, and who would the other one would be for them? Nwaneri now, I think that's the thing. But you look at that going, yo, you man think that's gonna win you a league title, bro? That's crazy, man. Yeah, they need to just stop blaming everyone else, bro. Blame their manager and blame their team for bottling what they're doing, bro. That's my take on those 2 teams.
Morning to you, Jerry. Morning to you.
Morning, guy.
Well, bro. Yeah, listen, man. Before we get Jerry's take, and like I said, people will go through the Premier League results, obviously, over the weekend. Yeah, I agree with Enz, man. I mean, the 11.2 meters, the ref, I don't know what it was. I was like, okay, fair. Like, I'm not here to argue. I didn't watch the game, so I'm not here to argue these points. Arteta talking about the ball, not too good. To be fair, Pep Guardiola also did the same thing. Spoke about the ball. Injuries. That's the major one. Obviously, injuries playing a massive part, and this, that, and the third. Listen, ultimately, whether these excuses are valid, that's Arsenal fans. I guess you'd have to ask them whether they feel like it's valid or not. I can't really speak on that. But the reality of the situation is that you will have spent 3 years finishing second. Now, listen, I see there. I watched a couple. Well, not watched, but I saw a couple clips this morning. Arsenal fans talking about Arteta in, out. Don't know what to think. Kroenke in, out. I don't know. Again, I'm not really too well versed, in all of that kind of stuff. But the way I just look at it is ultimately, whatever the excuses are, if you don't win, there's going to be question marks asked about you as a club. Now, realize, by the way, if we're just talking specifically for this season, Arsenal are now on 55 points, which is 15, obviously, behind Liverpool. Realize, lost to West Ham, drew to Manchester United recently, and there was another result. I think they drew another game. I feel like it was Nottingham Forest. I'm not 100%. Yeah, Forest. No. So we're talking 3 games now where you've had the opportunity to kind of dispel this whole, this is happening, that's it. You've had those 3 games and you haven't taken the opportunity. So no matter what the excuses are going to be, you've kind of failed in that objective where you could have dispelled that. And now you're sitting in this position where it's like, yeah, do you know what I mean? You got your manager running away after interviews. You got, players saying, yeah, no way, we're still fighting. And that was jokes, in itself. But we'll get to that Arsenal's game in a second. I'll start off with Jerry just because he just joined. Obviously, Liverpool winning 3-1 at the weekend. We went 1-0 down, half time. Obviously, what's his name? Arne Slot is sitting in the stands. Can't really be down there on the touchline. So obviously, Mr. Heitinga is the one obviously taking charge, man. But I didn't watch the game. I just watched highlights. So obviously, I'll leave it over with Jerry, man. How did you kind of see the game? Was it a good game, bad? Just in terms of the game in itself.
You're on mute, by the way.
Yeah, we still got you.
No.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, okay.
No, it's gone again.
It's like you're moving. It's like you're far away from wherever it is you're using.
Don't worry, guys. We're having technical difficulties at the moment. Just trying to.
Hey, don't say we. We'll say Jerry's having technical.
Yeah, but we take ownership, innit? We take ownership for it. Can't blame the
Okay, but
guests.
Jerry needs to take ownership for his technical.
Nah.
Hey, bro. Like, you're just quiet.
Alright,
Just out of joke because he's saying it. And I'll start off with you. Jerry, you sort out whatever you need to pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, look, it keeps coming back. Yeah, what's up? But yeah, go on,
look,
chat to me about the game.
in terms of the game, you already knew in it that these men were going to be tired, and I think that's why on a slot kind of mentioned about the fans. We're gonna need the fans. We want the stadium to be packed early because at this stage now, with all these games left, I think now it's not that the players are going to be tired. I think mentally now, because now we're close to the excitement of potentially winning a title, potentially going further in the Champions League, potentially winning the Carabao Cup is more of a mental battle now between the players. So now we're going to need the fans, and I think that's what Arne asked for. The guys obviously started off a bit slow. I say slow, but, you know, he did mention that, you know, they play similar to like how PSG, they're going to try and go man for man on the press, and we're just going to have to be ready. And I thought the first 20 minutes, probably not. But listen, for me personally, when I watch a game of football, I never look at the game in, like, for instance, I don't go, oh, first half, that means the team is shit. I always look across the whole game. So I know a football match is 90 plus minutes. So I assess it across those periods. I felt like the players that, you know, the substitutions worked well. I felt like the midfield cohesiveness, obviously we had to rotate. So Curtis come in, McAllister was on the bench. Harvey obviously come in for Sobo, which, you know, he turned up as well. And I felt like just the rotation in general. And I don't think Southampton looked like scoring until we made a mistake. We gifted them that goal, to be fair. You know, they didn't look like dangerous or anything like that. They just wanted to make sure they kept the scoreline down. I feel like at this stage now for them, they're going to get relegated. So now it's about, let's not just get embarrassed now in every game. So for me, it was calm in terms of what happened. First 20 minutes, not that great. After that, I thought we were fine. I thought from halftime when he made them 3 substitutions, we kind of kicked on from there. And I think we were just a bit more decisive. Where in the first half, I felt like it was kind of like, we take our time. I'm sure we'll find a way. But in these moments, we need these 3 points. And in yesteryears, these are the games where you look at and go, yeah, Liverpool, man, what are we doing, bro? We end up drawing it or losing it 1-0. And I think Mo touched on it as well in the press conference. And he was just like, yeah, back then he would have been, not in those words, but he's like, yeah, would have probably lost that 1-0. But you can see now the team understands and knows now how to win these type of games. And obviously Nunez was a big part of that, scoring and then getting a penalty. So that was good for him. Diaz in the first half, you'd say, I think a lot of people were just cussing him and stuff, which is fine. I think, you know what I mean? If you want to diss him, if he's not doing the things you expect him to do. But as I said, football's 90 minutes. So, you know, in the first half, I think a lot of the criticism, he wasn't beating his man and indecisiveness. But I thought in the second half, yeah, it was mad. But at the same time, the formation they played with a wing back, bro. Like, they wing back and then 3. So even if he goes past that, man, there's still a next guy coming. And then there's 2 other defensive midfielders waiting to cut off every pass. But look, he got an assist. So he contributed towards, you know, the team winning. Salah, quiet day for him as well. Similar to the PSG one. I think he did a bit more than what he did in the PSG game. But obviously he's on hand to score the 2 pens when we got them. And there were 2 mad penalties as well. I'll give him that. But overall, I just thought calm, man. The back line, I thought it was calm. Trent was good. Robbo was, Tsimikas, was calm. Ali was calm. Yeah, they were just calm, man. They were for me, they were just calm. Just as I said, we just need to win. But I felt like at the moment, man, we just keep cooking this team early, bro. Like first half, we're shit. This team's dead. This player's shit. This team's whatever. And then all of a sudden in the second half, we want to praise them. I think just let the game run and then have an overview of it. Don't just be so reactionary. You know, players can miscontrol the ball. Sometimes they're not going to beat their players. They're not going to score the first shot. But when you look over it over the course of 90 minutes, players stepped up. And, you know, Salah said about Arne Slot, man said his head was hot still at halftime. So, yeah, I think Virgil touched on it and Salah touched on it, didn't they? About, we've never seen him react like that. That's the angriest we've seen him. Because man said, listen, are you man dumb? You think we're gonna throw this away? This is Southampton, bro. Go out there and slap these man quickly. So, but yeah, in all, man, calm, bro, for me.
Jerry, man, I don't know if your mic is working. I'm hoping it's working.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay,
Fucking hell, man.
Just before you give me your like kind of overview on the game, you're a centre back. It's now 2 games in a row. I saw the clip. I saw the goal. Explain to me Virgil and Allison, and this is twice now that I've seen Virgil just do something crazy, and I'm like, yo, maybe me not being a centre back, I just don't get it. But yeah, explain that moment. Like, yeah, just
no, the first like the PSG one. That's the one that I don't understand. For the life of me, I don't get it. What I think is, personally, obviously we're watching the game and you can see, like, we're privy to seeing runners and all of that. He's just on the however you put it, he's on the blind side of Virgil, and Virgil just gone back into the centre to protect the centre because you're expecting the ball to come in. The ball's out wide. He's not seen the player there, so he's probably gone like this and said, "Yeah, there's no player there." When in reality, yeah, I mean, Dembele or whoever was, or Barcola or whoever was playing that game was right in that little pocket. He ain't seen it, so he's moved away, and that ball's get zipped in there. He's thinking, yeah, that's he just played that up. Oh no, like I think that's the situation, but I don't get it. The one yesterday, on Saturday, it's one of them ones where you get that every so often in a game where he thinks Alisson should take it, so he leaves it to Ali. Ali's like, I want my centre back to take it. Me, I'm the type of person, the keeper should be taking it, in my opinion. The keeper has to take command when it's inside the box. And that's how I look at it. If my centre back, if my goalkeeper doesn't take command, then I'm the one taking command. I don't have trust in my keeper, because that's the area there where you're privy to. You can use your hands, you can pick up, you can see the whole game. The same way the centre back for me goes and takes command when the ball's in the air and he wins his header. You're not expecting the midfielder to do that. It's the same thing. But worst case scenario, he should have just hoofed it into the crop. He should just cleared it out. But he's obviously not done that. And it's just been a bit of a mix-up. But you get those. I remember. Yeah. Was it last season or a couple of seasons ago? No, it was last season where I think it was against Arsenal, where Virgil van Dijk and Alisson just took each other out. And Havertz scored or Trossard scored or whatever. That's gonna happen, innit? It happens like every so often because I mean the mistakes happen.
It's just coincidental that
it's coincidental.
Virgil, like you're like, what? Like, bro, you're the smartest guy that we got here. Like,
no, I think the biggest error, the error that I look at, and I'm like, right, like you must have just been you must have been tired or something. Was just the PSG one. Where he's just not even. Virgil's known for just checking. Like he just hasn't checked his shoulder. He hasn't even looked. I don't think. I think he's just gone like this. He's out. He's dealt with that situation. Cool. I'm getting back into the centre, which is the right thing to do, but not when the player's inside the box, and especially not when the player's just free. That's where you've got to go out and cover. And when that happens towards the left hand side, more time when he does it. He gets out there and you see it. He clears the ball, or he hooks it, or he clears it out of play and then gets back into the centre. He's just obviously, it's different as well. When you're the left-sided centre-back and you're moving over to the right, you naturally, like when you're on the right-hand side, you're like, I'm out of position. So you're trying to get back into that situation knowing that your other centre-back's coming in, and it's just been a bit of a madness, to be fair. That I didn't understand, but yeah, man.
Nah, man. Nah, I hear it. I just want your perspective because,
Did Alisson get a little clip on the back of his leg as well? I felt like he got fouled halfway through it as well.
Maybe.
That one I found, man. Sorry, that's part of the job, bro. Keeper just
no. But I mean, like the guy, bro, who's what I mean, whether or not you want to give it or not, like
I don't think.
Probably one of the reasons, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think it's a foul. I think you just got to dominate there, innit? The keeper's protected, bro. The keeper's always protected. Any little touch, like you've got your point. That's my point. Is when you're inside the area. That's where he's got a command, and he's got the license to go, and he can go and grab the ball and follow through with a man. He can follow through it, and it'll be calm. Then no one's going to give a penalty. Do you know what I mean? Penalty's only like if he clips the man and doesn't get the ball. If he gets the ball and gets the man and gets hit, he's going to get 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? To go and recover, take this thing out the game, roll around, take his gloves off, stretch, put them back on. You don't have to come off the pitch. Do you know what I mean? So, but I hear it.
And to the game in itself, man. How did you? Obviously, 3-1 winners. Comfortable in your eyes, or just before you go, it's funny. Liverpool logic is you can go 90 minutes and withstand probably the most intense pressure you felt all season and not concede away to Paris. Southampton, first half, you can see the goal. In my head, I was like, this is such Liverpool logic. Like, this is just Liverpool in my head. Like, how am I looking at my notifications? It went off. And I thought my notifications will always go off to say kickoff, halftime, goal, whatever. Anything happens in the game, right? As soon as it went off, I just saw, what do you call it? Southampton goal. I was like, nah, maybe the thing is wrong. Maybe, because it's done that before where it's with the other team. Yeah, that's why when my man Harris said it in the group, I was like, nah. Maybe you just chatting shit because I'm not watching the game or anything. I'm like, bro, 1-0. So, bro, Liverpool, you're so backwards, like the way you do things. But sorry, go on.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. Like even in that second half, right? Because in the first half, I think they were just crap. I think there's like Liverpool, it's like they don't assert themselves when they're on the ball. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, when City have the ball, when Barca had the ball, they even Arsenal to a certain extent, because Arsenal, for me, we'll speak about goalkeeper, defense to midfield is really, really good, and then they get into the final third and they're just clueless, isn't it? It's like they're in the final third and then they go back to just progressing and building up again, and then they get to the final third and they come back out, right? But Liverpool don't assert themselves like that. So when Liverpool have the ball, I don't feel like it's comfortable like a lot of the time. I don't feel like there's any method or purpose. It's just like we're passing the ball around for passing the ball around's sake. There's no real intent with what we're doing. And then you had a team that obviously they know they're going to get relegated, and those teams are the most dangerous because they've got nothing to play for right now. There's no pressure. There's nothing to play for. If they lose, they lose. If they don't, it doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything right now, right? So for them, it's a situation where, all right, can I just have a good game? Can I just attack? Can I just, I want to win, but can I just have a good day? Just a good day just to go and play football. There's no pressure of, in my contract running up, I'm trying to get a move. Like, it's done, it's over, innit? So it's just play freely, innit? And just play your best. And ultimately what happened is they sat in and just hit us on the counter. They just sat in and hit us on the counter. And ultimately, that's just something that Liverpool are going to have to deal with, especially if you're going to want to have the ball. But it means that when you've got the ball, you've got to have some purpose with it, because otherwise you're mucking about with it to just lose the ball or going long when you shouldn't, losing the ball, and then they're just countering you. And it felt like it was just going to come. Like when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, they're going to get a chance in a minute, or we're going to make a mess. Something's going to happen because they're just going forward, they'll get in, and you're like, what's going on here? And then obviously second half, 3 subs. Arne Slot spoke about how he had to make the players angry. So he must have been angry. He must have told them that's crap. That is garbage. And what they did, they upped the intensity. Now, for all intents and purposes, let's be honest, Southampton are man for man. I don't think you can't. There's not one player in there where you think, he could start for Liverpool, or he could. Nah, there's not one player there. So once, you know what I mean, it's like ends. It's like you got A League and you got a C League team, innit? If that A League team 9 times out of 10 is going to beat this team just because they've got better players, and that's what Liverpool did. They upped the intensity and then they just won the game, and you could see it was just being a bit more intent with what they're doing. But I didn't think the performance was that great. Like I didn't sit there and think, Liverpool have just asserted themselves. Like, you look like you can see in hindsight why PSG will look at that and be like, no, we can actually get something. We're actually going to go and try and get something on at Anfield, because unlike how we've done it under Jurgen Klopp in certain games where we've blown teams away like 4-0 early and it was just comfy after that, or how City have done it in terms of possession, or even Arsenal last season, couple seasons back, where they just dominate. Liverpool don't do it like that. What Liverpool do is that they bank on, we've got forwards that can just go and we're just going to make the difference in the end. They're going to make the difference. But overall, we're not going to play well. Like, we don't have to play well, should I put it like that? And we're not in that stage yet where Liverpool are playing well and dominating to a point where it's like, right, you can't actually see them like losing a game. That's our kind of belief, or my belief is coming from the fact that we haven't. We haven't. But when we're playing, I don't look at it and think, oh, this is just scintillating. You know, like we're popping them off the park. It's a bit back and forth. It's becoming a basketball game. But Liverpool got the quality in the end because they've got 6 forwards, and one of them is going to turn up. Like, it doesn't matter what you think about whoever it is. Diaz has a rubbish one. Call comes on time, is going to turn up. You Nunes having rubbish. Salah's having a poor game. What happens? Nunes turns up. When you go back to Brentford, Nunes turned up. Like, it was just, you got so many options. Is that one of them's going to do all right? And then when you've got that, you can just, you're always a team that's just going to win. And ultimately, what's happening is these 6 forwards, doesn't matter what I think, you think, whoever thinks, they've all contributed to the fact that Liverpool are where they are. Because when, I know we always want more, but when one of them is down, the other one rises, and vice versa. And it's the 6 of them to choose from. When Diaz was rubbish, Gakpo turned it up. When Gakpo was not doing as well at the beginning of the season, it was Diaz that turned up. You then had Nunes that turned up when Jota was rubbish earlier in the season, and he was doing all right, and he was getting this. Do you know what I mean? He's doing all right, whether we think he's good or not. Jota, do you know what I mean? Nunes was rubbish. Jota comes in, and obviously Salah is Salah in it. But I think that's the major difference in my opinion.
Nah, man, I totally agree with that end bit in regard. The game sounds like many games that I've watched this season, where performance ain't really all that, but Liverpool are very, very consistent this season in getting that win. And it's like I always say, quality will tell more often than not, especially quality in a more controlled environment. Not like a PSG quality where it's like you got all of these quality players, but you just can't seem to make it work. Liverpool are very, very good at being a unit, being a team. When you've got these dominant stars, the Salahs, and the fact that we've got 6 forwards to choose from, and then you've got midfielders that can potentially come in, rotate, at times. Whether you got to remember I was saying to you, Enz, I think I said it to you, Jerry, about the front line. I said it's not going to be the same front line that finishes the season as the one that we had like in that middle part, because you just knew that not everyone was going to I remember it used to be, we've got to play Diaz on the left, Nunes up front, Salah on the right. I fully remember that, them conversations that people were telling me. They're like, Diaz has to play, Nunes has to play. Then it changed. Jota's got to play, Diaz has to move out to the left, obviously Salah on the right. Then it changed again. Yo, we miss Gakpo. Now I'm seeing people telling me, I've seen it in comment sections, I see it online. Yo, we miss Gakpo. We need Gakpo. Miss Gakpo, bro. I remember the days when he was Gakpo the ghost. Do you get what I'm saying? But now we miss Gakpo. So you're right. Like, we've got so many. Like, and it's
always that type. That's what it is, man. It's just one of those ones where I think people we kind of forget as well, right? Like, and people say this about all of these forwards, whether it's Gakpo, Diaz, whatever, and all of that. These men, and I always say it, if these men were playing for Newcastle, Aston Villa, whatever, you'd be looking at them and saying, "Oh, we need to get them," because if you're talking, man, are talking to me about Semenyo. They're talking. Do you know what I mean? He's got like 3 goals in the season, and like, do you know what I mean? You're talking to me about Joao Pedro, like, and that's what it is. It's like we want the shiny toy, and it's to go back to when I was talking about 𝐒𝐕, is that these men, because of the system, because it's Liverpool, because they are not the best in the world, and Liverpool are used to having a Mane or Bobby, a thing that were the best, and Salah that were you could argue that were the best in their position in the world, right? Like, all-time great players. Like, I mean, Ballon d'Or, nominated for Ballon d'Ors and stuff. These players are very, very, very good. And Arsenal would snap your hand off to have any of those. And do you know what I mean? There was at one point even last season where Arsenal were linked with getting Darwin Núñez. Do you know what I mean? And Chelsea would snap your hand off to have these players, and Tottenham, and so would United, and so would even City when they need players. Do you know what I mean? All these players, obviously not Núñez, but you know what I'm talking about. But it's like they'll take a Jota now. They'll take a Jota now. Do you know what I mean? They'll take it.
I think they will take them, man. There, bro. If you look at what they have, you're like, they probably.
Well, you think they'll take a Núñez? You think they'll take a Núñez?
Bro, look at what they have, though, Jerry, bro.
You take Núñez over Sterling. Let's go that
you got Kai Havertz. No, you got Kai Havertz. They'll take him over Kai Havertz, bro.
Oh, no. Arsenal would. I'm trying to City. I was saying about City. I don't think City.
Haaland, innit? But they need a backup.
But that's what I'm saying. But a backup. That's what I was saying with Jota. That's why I was like, Jota, they'll take. I know Arsenal will take Jota. Do you know what I mean? So when you look at it, you're like, oh, we're actually not deep in that. Our forwards are they're ridiculous. And if they were in any other team, if they were playing for Juventus or Inter Milan or this, you'd be raving about them and you'd be like, how good these players are. But once they come into this system, you've got to play in this system, you've got a Salah in the team that you've got, all of a sudden the dynamics change. Do you know what I mean? And you might not be the Don Dada, and then we're obviously we're scrutinizing a lot as well, innit? Liverpool like to this fans anyway like to scrutinize and watch every little thing. And you know, Gakpo could score a hat trick. I mean, Diaz could score a hat trick against PSG, right? And get 2 assists, and they'll be like, no, see, this is why he's got to start over Gakpo. Gakpo's gonna have the whole bench, you know. That's what it's gonna be. And then flip the script. Gakpo comes in, scores 2 goals, and it's like, yeah, I need Mr. Gakpo doing the salute. You know what I mean? So,
nice. It's funny, man. It's, to be honest, you got to realize it's all just agendas at the end of the day. That like we all have agendas of some kind. You know what I mean? Placed in our kind of psyche. Like we all have players that we like, certain players that we will hold on to for whatever kind of reason. So I get it. I do get it. It's just funny. It's just funny when I watch it because I saw the way that people, bro, like Jerry, you'll remember, bro, the way people used to speak about Szoboszlai. The brother couldn't even misplace a pass without man wanting to, you know, damage his legs, make sure he was in. I was like, bro, like, all right, cool, fair, but he's in the team though. Like, ultimately, Slot sees something that this brother has to always play. Now he scored a couple goals, he got a couple assists. Oh, Szoboszlai, this is why we signed him. I'm like, this isn't why we signed him. I promise you that, because if it was, then he would have been out of the team a long time ago. Clearly, there's something else in his game as to why this guy is always playing. Him getting the GA, obviously it helps, of course it will. It's gonna always help, but I don't feel like that. Yes, and I think people harped on the fact that Slot kept saying, like Slot said that thing about, oh, he, you know, we want to see a bit more goals and assists. I was like, don't harp on that too much, because I don't think that he's so focused on that. He would like his attacking midfielder or his midfielder to get more goals. I get that, but ultimately, I don't feel like that is the be all and end all with someone, you know, like a...
Yeah, no, but it's true, because if he was, again, you're talking about Liverpool. Liverpool have options there, innit? Liverpool have options. Like if he thought someone else could do that job better, Elliot would be there, Cavalli would still be here, he'd have moved stuff around, Jones would play there, and you play flipping McAllister, and they'd move stuff about. Ultimately, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a lot of people just don't play football, they don't understand football, they're watching it from a lens of like, yeah, man, he needs to be the best every single game, and there's more to it. You need to look at like a baseline level of someone and what they offer and why they're in the team. And yeah, sometimes they won't be good. They might not have a good game, but there's a reason why they're in the game. And you can't say like, oh, he's doing this, but it's because this player's not doing it. It's not. No, they're complementing each other. Do you know what I mean? It's like saying, yeah, I've got a tall striker, but yeah, man, he doesn't run in behind. Chris Wood's not running in behind. This is what Liverpool fans would do, you know. If we had Chris Wood, we'd be like, no, he's not making runs in behind, you know. No, he's not stretching. No, he's not dribbling well. It's like he's not in the team to do that. He's in the team to hold it up, to bring others into play. The other man's to do that. And then we'd flip it. We'd be like, oh, why is the little man not holding up the ball? Why is he not linking up like that? Why are we supposed to run him? Like, do you know what I mean? Relax. Everyone's there for a reason. Everyone's there for a reason.
Nah, true. And big up Hakeem. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen any for a long time.
ENNY disappeared.
Big up ENNY.
I saw him crash out yesterday. Was he yesterday? When did we play? Not yesterday, before. I see my crash out in the group, bro.
Bro, this... Hey, no, Eddie's one of the G's them still. But yeah, no, bro, listen, Hakeem, 100%, man. Like, I would cuss his passing at times, but I never wanted him out of the team, though. And I felt like it reached a stage where people were like, I remember... Szoboszlai, did he just get engaged, or did he get engaged at some point in the season? Like, I remember people saying like, "Yeah, it's because of this woman that he's obviously dating. I think they're going through some like problems and with the engagement." I was like, "Right." This come like when Fabinho. Remember when Fabinho and that whole thing about him staying at a hotel? Yeah, I was like, "Right." Like, do you ever think it's actually peaked like this? Like, this is what's affected him. But listen. It is what it is. Liverpool obviously got that victory. We move on to a game, which is steeped in crazy history, bro. Like, I watched some of the before the game, they showed like I saw some like previous games of Arsenal versus Manchester United. Bro, these games were a madness. When Arsenal lost after 49 games or whatever it was, and they lost at Old Trafford. I remember that game so clearly because Man United kind of cheated in that game. Like, if I'm being real, but. Like, I remember them kind of games, the whole thing in the tunnel, the pizza thing, whatever it was, and that whole kind of vibe, man. This game has always been mad. But when I saw the highlights of this game, right, and I looked at the lineup, I was like, brother, this is one of the most meatiest games. This is like if I just watch like a top team just play, I don't know, like just any team, like just any random team that you could think of in the league, like Brentford. It just felt like Arsenal versus Brentford. Like, yeah, Arsenal got these players and they got this team, but Man United it just looked crazy, man. But listen, man, 1-1. Arsenal dropped points again. Declan Rice was the savior, for them this time. I don't know if you guys obviously caught the game. I only saw the goals in the game. I don't know if you guys saw it, but how did the game kind of pan out for you guys? Like, were Man United on top? But from what I heard, people say Man United actually deserved to get the victory. I don't know.
I think the first opening 20 minutes or so, I thought Arsenal, they looked sharp in it. They were playing some good football, but Man United just had the low block. It was more like side to side, and they were trying to like put it through the lines. And every time they faced up, there was the next guy in the way, and then they had to go backwards, sideways. So it weren't like, oh my days, like Arsenal should have been like 1 or 2 up early. I thought, what's his face up front? He had the early chance, cutting on his left to get the shot away, but he missed it. I don't know how he missed the target, to be fair. And then after that, I think Man United was just fine, bro. Man United was playing on the counter attack. They just kept trying to hit them on the counter. But Man United, you can see that they need players, bro. Like, look, they're bad, yeah. Don't get me wrong. United is bad, but bro, they just need some players, and I think they'll be fine after that. Like, the system that they have is crazy. I think obviously Ruben Amorim's trying to find a way to get these players into a system and trying to get the best out of them. Whether or not they like the system, whether or not they're struggling with it, we kind of have to just wait and see. But they need some addition. Could Rashford have helped them? Possibly, but if his head weren't there, his heart weren't there, the loan makes sense. But just looking at like players like Sancho, they probably killed it in this one. In the when they got the 2 10s in behind the striker, they could have probably killed it in these ones. But look, Man United, I think, deserved to win nearer to the end of the game because they created more chances. 𝐒𝐃 had one, where he tried to do that little fancy flick. Yeah, good save there. I think Bruno should have scored in the last minute though. He should have scored. There should have been no way. He shot straight at Raya, bro. But then I hate that because they'll be like, "Oh, great save," but it's straight at him, bro. Like if it's something straight at you, just save it, innit? Like, and then he
not even that one. I thought it was was it Mazarawi? I think he made that save. That's the save that I saw anyway.
On the volley, and then he stuck his foot out.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd say probably poor finishing, but that's just me, innit, man. I think if you're that close to the goal, bro, why are you hitting it that low? You know the keeper's gonna put. I guarantee if he just lifted it slightly, he doesn't save it. If he just lifted it slightly, he doesn't save it. They're always gonna put the arm out and the leg come out anyway. They make the save, so you have to try and get it in between that gap. But because he played it so low, he stuck a leg out, innit. I wouldn't say a great, like, mad save, innit, but it's a save.
I mean, he's the right back, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not expecting the right back to just volley.
Nah, you're a professional player. Bury that, man. I'm tired of hearing these men about, he's a defender, so... Like, I'm like, big man, just score the goal, man. Like, he scored plenty of goals.
They're trying to give no freaking...
Nah, man.
What Mazraoui's one?
Yeah, he should have scored that.
I'm sure it's Mazraoui.
But he's hit it into the... He's actually done the right finish, though. I think.
I'm not saying he didn't do the right finish. I'm saying he could have lifted it slightly more because you know the keepers are going to be prone to sticking the leg out.
Remember, that's not on the. It's not on the ground though. He's hit it on the volley.
No, but it was on the ground. When he saves it, it was on the ground.
No,
he didn't stick his leg up in midair to save it.
No, but I'm saying as the ball's being played, right? For him, remember, he's not taken a touch and then had to lift it. He just what he's got to do there. He's got to guide it back to where it's come from, and he's done that. That's just for me. That's if Ali did that save, we'd be like, what a save! If Ousmane Dembele did that. If that happened against us, we'd be like, oh, no, Ali.
Man, not for me.
Ridiculous save. That was a ridiculous save, man.
Nah, not for me. The ridiculous save was the one when he tipped it. Ali tipped it. That's a ridiculous save. Sticking your foot out ain't a ridiculous save to me, bro. Like, just ridiculous save. Nah, bro. The one. Who was it when he came on? He cut in off the left hand side, and he tried to whip it top bins, and Ali had to tip it. That's a ridiculous save.
Nah, for me, those top corner ones aren't the ones. It's the other ones, man. It's the ones that are low. The low ones are the ones where I'm like, ooh. So for me, even that Ali one, it's the one when I think Fire reverses it.
Yeah,
And
I was just about to say that.
those saves for me, when I look,
That
I'm like,
was-
that's what those top corner ones, bro. I've seen Rooney do that in training enough times, bro.
Nah, don't
fancy
mock
one.
it like that,
I've
bro.
seen Rooney do that,
Nah,
man. I've seen Rooney do that. I've seen Rooney do it.
That's it.
Right,
What
to get
Rooney
the clip
old
up.
with
I've
the,
seen-
he runs out of goal and that. Like, hey, that advert is joke.
Yeah. I'm talking about, isn't it?
That advert is fucking.
Yeah, most
joke,
of these saves,
Hey.
man, are straight at the guy, bro. And man goes, "Yo, amazing save." Yeah, well, he's a goalkeeper, and the ball's at him. I don't know what is he meant to not do? Save it.
Big up to Savage.
Big up, man.
He'll bless his body, bro. Obviously, man. Obviously, you know, we saw the Man United. Also, I don't know if you watched the game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shit
How
game,
did this
bro.
game kind of go for you, man? Like, I don't know. Again, like I said,
Nah,
I didn't
man.
watch it. I saw the highlights. So yeah.
These kind of teams are embarrassing to football now, man. Like all this Super Sunday and build up and all these trailers and that. They're terrible, bro.
No, the trailers are good though.
terrible.
I think they're really good.
The trailers are better than the game.
Yeah.
It's becoming a theme, especially this season, man. And it's not even just these two, like, but obviously historically they've had that rivalry between them, and it probably the biggest one in the Prem actually since it changed from Division 1 to the Premier League.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, man, it's just I don't know what it is. When I was watching the game yesterday, there's a part where I looked at Man U's team, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, bro, this team is not so much on their quality individually, because I'm sure like you can take one player here or there and they can do certain things, but just as a collective, I'm like, I mean, I should hate it. I mean, I should love it because I hate Man U in it, but I was like, bro, this is Man U's team now, like this.
So
like no one
so
really
I'm gonna
like Bruno stand because we spoke about Bruno when we did the video the other day what Ends done, and I said that in the video like he has something. I know Man U fans don't like him all the time, but he will save them. He's not a good captain in terms of like professionalism, but leading by example, he will do that. But yeah, as I'm looking at the rest of the team, and I'm like, brother, like Xerxes and them man can't be main players, bro. Like that's crazy to me, bro.
I was just reading. I'm going to read out the team here, just as Savage said that. So in goal, obviously, had Onana. Back three is Delit, Lindelof, and Euro. He looked like he came off apparently in the game. Oh, injured. Okay, cool. Left wing back, you've got Dalot. Right wing back, you got Mazraoui. Two midfielders, Fernandez and Casemiro, with Garnacho, Ericsson, and Xerxes. Oh, Højlund didn't start. Okay, first. Xerxes up front. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, that four is all right though. Slightly.
No, but this I mean, you're gonna say that. That's what I'm thinking. You have to peep the names, the ones that are the bigger names. Now peep their age.
Yeah.
When they were in their prime, bro. Ages ago.
Yeah, it's true.
Ages ago. Even like Mazraoui at one point I thought he was a baller, innit? And I think he's still got something there. But these are men that have been cast away from the other teams, bro, for being like surplus to requirements anymore. I love Casemiro, bro, but surplus to requirements, bro, it's over with. You know what I mean? Modric could still play without the legs, you can't. So it's like, you know what I mean? Ericsson, obviously Iron Man and that, bro, he got the Tony Stark. You know what I mean? And then you got my man at the back, bruv. What my man Delight, bruv. He was all right before, bruv. But yeah, man. No more Delight, bruv. They're trash, bruv. And Man U, Arsenal. I heard Jerry speaking on Arsenal before about their team and that, and it's true, man. Once they get to the final third, it's like fucking hell, bruv. That's boring.
But you what's mad? But you what's mad though? Even on that, yeah. I was thinking, and I was watching the highlights again, and it's like, there's enough times that they create the right pass and the opportunity, and then someone fluffs their lines, you know. Like Odegaard will do a little dink, and then Trossard just misses the ball. And you know, like if like that was like just Salah there, or even like a Mane, or just someone connects and it's a goal, and straight away he's created a chance that's led to a goal.
100%.
But I feel like enough of their players now are getting stick, because like I see Partey get stick, Rice is getting stick, like Marino's getting. These men are actually creating the chances in that.
Yeah.
But it's like the forward line, it's like if there's no Saka, there's nothing there.
They got thingy in it. I mean, you know you and still coaching that, bro. And I feel like obviously you give your team instruction, you have a style of play and stuff like that. And I don't know how much leeway people give their team now to have a bit more creativity in it. You know what I mean? You're trying to stick to a plan, but they feel like they're so regimented. It's almost like they can't think for themselves. So then they just pass the ball backwards and stuff. Odegaard always tries it out. When I watch Odegaard, I'm like, if he played for Liverpool, he'd be cold, bro. Because it's right. I'm watching him do these these little threaded balls and these little dinks and stuff, and he's even following up his pass. And then these men are just passing it backwards. But if you look at Arsenal from 2 seasons ago, when they finished second behind City the first season, they were playing exciting football then. And they still had the same result at the end of the season, second. So they should have had a bit more balance. But obviously you can tell by the players that Arteta brought and stuff, and he's gone for like the strength and the height of certain players. And yeah, that's why defensively they look all right. But now, and we all spoke about this a while ago, when people start figuring out the set pieces and what certain like techniques mean, and when this hand goes up, this means that, when people start figuring it out, all of a sudden, what did it say yesterday? 47 set pieces and no goal or something like that. Arsenal.
Do that one.
If you said to me, Arsenal get 47 set pieces, and I'll be like, yeah, they're going to
30 goals.
Yeah.
30 goals.
The man figure it out, bro, very quick, and all that holding on at the back post, and Gabriel's going to do this, and this one's free. Like, good managers, after a bit, they will sit down and watch the videos and be like, nah, against Arsenal, they're going to try this. And yeah, man, I just think it's not a good advert for the Premier League. Whether I hate these two or not, it just wasn't good, bro. This is not Super Sunday, but this is Sunday, bro. That's it. His songs are praise, bro.
Songs are praise, you know.
Yeah. And I do agree with what you said about the goalkeeper as well. Although that the thing you say about that, the Mazraoui one, I actually thought was the good save, but the other ones, these dramatic saves and that, and he gets back up and claws it off the line. But listen, there's no need to be dramatic like that, bro. I hear it. Bro. It looks good on camera, bro. But
obviously he's Spanish in that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe got one,
because you know what? Because obviously goalkeepers and that, it depends what favor you go with, and you always think the striker should score, or you think the keeper should save, whichever one, innit? But for me, I'm like, if this person scored this goal, would I be mad at my goalkeeper? And that's normally how I can tell if it's a good save or not, innit? If Mazraoui's goal went in against Alisson, because it's on a volley and it's coming across and he's had to shift his body, if he scored, I would have been blaming our defenders and who let the cross.
Yeah, we were talking about why did the cross come in?
Yeah. Whereas the other ones, what Ray was saving, I'm like, bruv, you know that one when he clawed it out, the double save, he saved his own save. It's his own.
Yeah, that's what it was. Bruno Fernandes made the shot. He saved it, which is cool, good save, cool. Nothing special, but good save. But he's parried it backwards.
Yeah, he parried it backwards.
So Nacho's about to run it and follow it up, and then he's having to. Yeah,
you can't get gassed off saving your own save, bro. You perk, bro. Fuck that, bro. That's what the lineman was doing. Bro, these men were doing that at the sideman match, bro. The goalkeeper was moving like
man said sketch.
Sketch was doing the exact same thing. People kept kicking the ball at him. And my son was next to me. Oh my god, it's a great save. I said, son, listen, the context of what you're talking about, it's okay. It's sketch. I hear it, bro. But nah, man, that's dramatic. I know Arsenal's gonna make the title race boring, bro. Like, of course I want to win. Bro.
They've actually ruined it. They've actually kind of ruined it,
bro. You just ruined it, bro.
I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, like. You know what? The only way the reason why it worked when we won it, like just on again, just dismantled the league and just won our first 26 out of 27 games. It's because we won 26 games in a row. That gave it like a raw. Like the way it is now is like, oh my god, like, we dropped points, bruv, and these men drop points as well, and it's like, bruv, what? So I'm on. I know G's been saying it for a while, but. I'm watching this league and I'm like, this is boring, but like this Premier League is boring as well.
I think if we win 5 and draw 1, the league's over and that's it, it's done. I was like, I don't want us to lose.
Before yesterday as well, so it might even have changed.
Well, I was like, I don't want us to lose, but if we do lose, then we can win it against Arsenal, bro. That's all I was thinking, bro. Because I'm like, I need to be because at the moment, for example, say we won the 5 in a row and then the draw was the last one. It ends at Chelsea. But if we lose in between that, we play Arsenal after that, innit? So it ends at Arsenal. Yeah, let's have it at Arsenal, bro. I need some kind of fun, bro. This is boring as shit, bro. Like, thank God for La Liga, bro. You get me?
That's why I want it wrapped up early, Sav, so I can fully like, you know what I mean?
Immerse yourself in the
just like fully like now I don't have to be rushing to try and catch the games. I can like, all right, weekend. So all right, watching Real Madrid. All right, let's watch a bit of Barca and we just chill out. That's why I want it wrapped up.
La Liga and Serie A's all right, man.
Yeah,
bro, Serie A, bro. Do you see Juventus?
It's got the best title race. Actually, La Liga's a weird one, isn't it? Because the story's not built yet. But obviously, Atletico dropped points yesterday, and then obviously RIP your guy and that, but your game got postponed, didn't it? So it's like, yo, this is kind of mad. Now you lot got a game in hand. make it a bit more exciting and that. But yeah, same with the Champions League and that, man.
Nah, it's true, man. It's true. Big up everyone in the chat, man. Good morning to everybody, of course, inside the building. And yeah, now Steve, when you said this about PSG lead their league by 16, we lead ours by 15. But apparently there's a tie. It's true. Like we can't.
It's the same with Bayern Munich as well, bro. Bayern, I know that they I think it's 8 points now, but it was 13 at one point. Now that's over, and the thing is injured now, isn't it? Vert is out for several weeks now. So it's like, okay, this is done too. Bro, trash, man. You have to go what Saudi League and that.
Yeah, bro. Like, now I'm gonna have to just start finding. Even I'm sure ENNY. I'm sure. No, that changed hands though. I'm sure Ajax were top. Who's top now of ENNY? I need to even double check.
I remember looking at a good little winning streak. Well, they've been winning games though.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, see, look, Ajax are top by. Oh, okay, it's 8 points. Oh, yeah, all right. But I remember PSV being top for a minute and thinking, oh, okay, yeah, this is going to be long for them. But this season just seems like
I swear, company. I don't know any stats, and I'm just thinking he's going to be the first manager to go and get relegated from the Prem and win Bundesliga within a year.
He must be. Yeah, he must be.
Yeah, relegated with Burnley, bro. Didn't stick around for shit.
He said, "Bro, I ain't paying no fucking championship again."
No, but he was there for two. But he was there for 2 seasons, isn't it? Remember, he got promoted on that record thing. He came in, it was like, "Yeah, we're trying to do the same things. Like, can we get some players?" They told him, "Bro, look into your phone book and find the players yourself." Like, yeah, bro. Man's had to go to the City Academy. But hold on, they got promoted, yeah, like record breaking, whatever. Like playing a mad style of football, and they tell him, yeah, the only transfer window you're gonna get is if you pull up your phone book and call Pep and see if you can sort you out of a couple of players. But they had a team that was full of just what?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
it was mad.
That's actually a joke. All right, let's move on, man. This game was funny when I saw the result, but it almost didn't surprise me with the way that Nottingham Forest have been kind of this season. I mean, they won 1-0. This is their home form against the top teams this season, bro. They ain't losing at home, bro.
That's a proper team.
1-0 against Arsenal, drew against us, beat Villa, beat Spurs at home. Yo, Forest are on some mad thing. Do you know what I mean? Like this season, 83rd minute goal. You can blame the keeper. I hear it. I saw it. I was like, yeah, fairs. I would be a bit annoyed if Alisson got beat at that kind of angle, near post and all of that kind of stuff. But Forest, man. Like obviously we're not at the end of the season. I don't know if that will change your minds. Who would be your team of this season if you guys had to pick a team of the season?
Them.
Just in a general sense.
Nah, them.
Forest at the moment still.
Yeah, them.
But do you think anything would change it? You're saying Forest at the moment. What would change that like for you?
Nah, nothing. Because for me, even if they I haven't even checked the table. But for me, the way they're playing, of course, their aim would be, it changes throughout the season. So now they're in around the Champions League spot. They want Champions League in it. For me, any kind of European football for Nottingham's cold, considering where they finished last season. Probably don't want to get in the Conference League as such, but Nottingham in the Europa League, you know what I mean? And if they get Champions League, that's big drip in it. They got that slob running their club in it, and he just don't care. But he's just on some.
Probably doesn't give a
fuck.
He just broke all the rules, didn't he? He just broke all the rules, brought who he won, and he said, "I'll just deal with the fine, bro."
Yeah, that's it, bro. He paid the fine and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna run it again." I said, "Rah."
What I would say with Forest as well, like, because I agree with that, right? But obviously, I'm looking at the table, and they are on 51 points. Yeah, Brighton on 6th, I am 46, and Bournemouth are on 44. Right, level points. If Forest drop off and Brighton or Bournemouth pick it up to the end of the season, for me, it might be one of those two as well.
Bournemouth.
Because they've gone. Because I think even like a Brighton, they started really well. They had their little wobble, which you're entitled to do in this season, especially with Brighton when all their players get pillaged. They've got a manager there that's 38 years old. What like do you know what I mean? Like,
he's 31.
Maybe even younger, maybe like 30.
You're younger than man. Like he's younger than me.
He's 30, bro.
30.
Yeah.
I'm finished.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like he's when they ask you, what are you doing at the age of 30?
Hold on. I'm celebrating winning the league with my fucking
under
12 team.
He's in the team, and Millie's like 7 years older than him, bro. It's crazy. Millie,
that's ridiculous. Millie, yeah, and if Brighton end up, and obviously going to like what N spoke about in games, innit? Like you can look at obviously what you did earlier on in the season and be like in awe of that, or you can look at like the end result in it, like in a 90-minute game. Like, you can do that at the table as well. And if I look back and Brighton managed to win, do a madness, right, but just win a lot of their games and end up third or fourth, and Forest drop off or something, I'll be looking at Brighton or even like a Bournemouth thinking, wow, like for Brighton to have the progression where year on year they've just signed really, really good players, had really, really good managers in place, stay steadily just get into league and they get Champions League or even like Europa League. Boy, like, that'd be big for them.
You know what's mad as well? Looking at this table, yeah. I know City obviously messed up, yeah. But Arsenal got, I think their next game is Chelsea. Chelsea win that one, bro. That's a
no. But ends they need to forget the title. Then look, they should be looking behind them. Like they're closer. They're closer to third and fourth than they are to the top of the table.
You lot are right, man. It shows that people ain't taking advantage when people drop points, because there was a period where Villa, I think they went 8 games, 8 away games without any wins or something like that. That's just
and they dropped off. Yeah.
But look where they still are. I do agree with what Joe said actually. Like, even though Nottingham's my pick at the moment, it will be out of them teams whatever changes, but not so much Villa, because I kind of expected them to be around this like top 4. But Bournemouth been progressing since Iraola came in, and at the beginning when he came in, he was a bit naive in defence in it, and then he shored that up. And they actually look good on the eye when you're watching them play football.
Yeah, bro.
And then Brighton's one of them that you'll see a couple of bad results from. You're like, Brighton's gonna fall off this season, creep back up. Because last week Newcastle was in this top 8, so that changes.
I didn't even notice that Newcastle.
That's what I'm saying. They'll probably creep back up into there anyway. But it's very interesting how it changes, man. But Nottingham seem to have the right balance, and defensively they're structured. Brighton's a weird team. The same thing what happened on the Derby. We'd watch Brighton win a few games in it, but they always seem to just get smoked out of nowhere, bro. Even on the Derby, they'll just get smoked.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's the personnel, because even Bournemouth have that in them as well. That's why they're 8th. Yeah, Bournemouth it's that they play a certain way that ultimately, right? Like, it's like, you just got this player playing that position now. Like, it doesn't matter what, like, but do you know what I mean? Whereas Forest, and again, Bournemouth and Brighton, they don't spend the way Forest have done. Forest have, when you talk about dashing cash, it's like it's polar opposites. These other teams, Bournemouth and Brighton, they've looked to get the right infrastructure in place, the right sporting directors, get the right players, build them up, then sell them on, sell a Solanke, then use those funds to get someone else in that's not as good and build that up, right? Brighton, obviously, very similar. We know what's happened with them. Like, their whole team got, slaughtered by Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? In terms of, like, do you know what I mean? I'm talking about the backroom team, not even the first team. Do you know what I mean? Cucurella, Caicedo, McAllister, everyone's gone, right? Forest just chucked money at it. So it's like, they've done just before, like if Newcastle had the time to go and do that, they're just going to chuck, and then see, we've got so many players now, surely they should be good. Because when you look at their players, like, Forest have got a team, like they've got a decent team. Where you're like, hey, you've won the Premier League playing for Chelsea, and then you were at Roma and you're an international. And Hudson-Odoi, you were supposed to go to Bayern Munich at one point and do what Elise is doing right now, but Chelsea didn't allow you. And then you're looking, you're like, these men, they've actually got a team. Morgan Gibbs-White went for 50 million. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've got Anderson went for 40 million that they got in midfield. Do you know what I mean? So. Nah, man. But I agree, any of those teams.
Because Newcastle dropped out. Before Newcastle lost that game to Bournemouth where they got smoked, they had won like 9 in a row. Under the radar. Like, I think they had, out of 11 games, they'd won 9 and drawn 2. Then they caught up, and then they lost 2 games back to back. Went down again. Then, had that game last week where they smoked Forest last week, didn't it? We ended up being like 4-3. So it's crazy. It's a crazy league, man. But whoever gets there they'll deserve it, man. It'll be good to see a new team. I can't have Bournemouth doing it though. Michael B. Jordan trying to claim that it's him, bro, because everything's just coming out of that good, bro.
Man, they start playing saucy ball.
You know what's mad? Yeah, so obviously I got Crystal Palace up there. Obviously they won 1-0. Crystal Palace are in 11th. Very, very. They're on 39 points. They're in 11th on 39 points, which is only 5 points off of Bournemouth anyway. So this league is a bit tight. Like, what's crazy?
Is the Conference League spot 7 for it? Does it push? Because if the English teams carry on doing well, we're going to get a 5th spot Champions League spot, isn't it? So
This
that pushes
season,
everything
yeah.
else further back.
Yeah, it'll go to 6-7. It'll go to 6-7. Yeah.
Okay, so then
I
the
don't know.
Europa League will be 6th and 7th, and then the Conference League will be 8th. Could be different. It could be a different season for everyone, man. Hope so.
But you know what's mad? Like at the beginning of the season, bro, Palace were moving shit, bro. Like they were that
Terrible.
bad. They weren't winning games. Like it just looked mad. And I was thinking, bro, like last season, like towards the back end, was moving on fire. But now it seems like they've patterned everything up. Okay, let's. I want to ask you guys this question. Obviously, he didn't play. I don't think he played in this. He's not back yet, Mateta.
No, he's not back yet.
Yeah. And I just need a yes or no answer. Is Mateta a good striker? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I agree. By the way, just anyone thinks I don't agree. You know when someone is so weird and you think to yourself, "Are you that good, or are you good?" Let me not say that good, but are you good, or am I just like?
Let me be a bit. I'll be a bit.
The league.
I'll be a bit controversial with it. Yeah.
Go on.
What I think it is they are playing towards him a bit more, and he's playing with confidence. That's what I would say. Because if you,
this is
if you were to look across
now.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I think remember before that he weren't really doing it. It was when Michael Glasner came.
When he had the braids and them thing there. He figured like he thinks like he used to have hair in that. Yeah.
When the shirt was untucked, but since he, I don't know, he bicked it. You got the, you know what I mean, and he tucked in the shirt and the shorts are high and all of that. He's gone professional. Do you know what I mean? Now it's like I feel like since Glasner came in, I think they play in a style that suits him a bit more. It suits him a bit more, and it means there's runners off him. He plays with like sometimes it's a 2 or it's a 1 because you get one off him. So it works a bit better. I think when he used to be, I remember playing against obviously when he was playing against Mateta and he was just up there by himself in that yellow kit. He was garbage, bro. He was absolutely garbage. Like he's not beating man for pace. He's dropping deep, but he's not really holding up the ball.
He's been sorry, just cut you. I was just looking now.
The first time I saw him was at Mainz, and he was decent.
Yeah, his
where they
were right. Yeah, his record for
he was on load there, and for where they were in the table, which was pretty similar to how Palace was, to be honest. He was pretty decent. But yeah, he's not like a top striker, but he's good.
Yeah, with Mateta, I'm not gonna lie, I remember him from FIFA career mode, innit? He was a good striker. If you could grab him, you develop, and you get to like an 89, 90 rated. So I've known of him, but I never watched him. But it was one of them ones where I think it's good. I think Glasner has obviously done well, and I think they struggled because Anderson left. Who else left? Elise left, and I know obviously Eze got injured early on as well. And I think more so the back line they struggled a lot because that was like the basis for them to do what they wanted to do because they're not, again, they need to defend a lot. Like they're going to defend a lot. They need that back line to be solid. They didn't really have that. So once that came in and they had, I think it helped them a lot, man. Helped them a lot.
I do agree though, because when you said about the confidence and all this and the new manager and that, it's starting to be like that's most strikers, and unless you're top level, I think if you can get some confidence and simplify your game and find out what you're good at, and then the team realize like this is what he's good at. So if he wants the ball in behind, stop playing it to his feet. Once you realize that, probably get the best out of the attackers, in it. I think
remember Wood at Forest.
Yeah.
So Wood at Forest now, and Wood what he was doing at Newcastle. When he went to Newcastle, he was pants.
Yeah,
he weren't good. Like he weren't good at all. Like, and you would think, they played to him
because I liked him at Burnley, and
at Burnley he was decent. That's what I'm saying.
But that makes sense, and it's Sean Dyche football. Get the ball.
Sean Dyche, that kind of football, man. But
players in that Sean Dyche team, bro. You get me?
Big up to Palace. Listen, man, getting a victory without Mateta, which I think is actually important for the team as well, to be doing it, like to get a result without your star man. Like, it's like, okay, thank God, because at least then we can kind of, keep it moving and push it until, of course, he comes back. But yeah, as Michael said,
playing good football as well. Kassa's a good footballer, so it's a good team.
Yeah, he is. He is. I remember when Liverpool fans wanted him, and we were like trying to do that's Mane thing. I mean,
that's just Liverpool. That's just being a bit racist, a little stereotype.
In my head, it is just me.
The ones, bro. He's African. He's black. He's black. All right, safe. They're the same, innit? Nah, I see man doing that. I don't call no names, but when we got Wataru and that man's like, he really reminds me of like, Kagawa and that. I'm like, he doesn't.
First of
He
all, they don't even
doesn't.
play the same position, so don't even. Let's not even go down that route. But it's when man was like, yeah, like Park Ji-sung and all these kind of guys. I'm like, what? Like, bro, have you even watched this?
Of all the thousands of players you could have thought of, you thought about another Asian don and that. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Surprised man didn't say, oh, he reminds me of your son. Like, oh yeah, he's just my son, you know. None of them dumb ones you don't even know. All right, Brighton versus Fulham. I thought like this was going to again. I just saw the goals. But before the game kicked off, I thought this might be an interesting one. I can't remember ends. We did a score predict. I can't remember what the score prediction was that we did for this.
Should have written them down. Next time we write them down. But
yeah,
I think we went. I think we went with a Brighton because I think we mentioned about they've been on form recently. They've just been winning games.
Yeah.
So I think we went with Brighton. But yeah, I only saw the highlights for this one. The goals. Jimenez's goal was cold still. Chesting it. I ain't seen one of them goals in a minute where the striker chest the ball down and then finish it. I ain't seen one of them in a minute since Drogba times. Van Hick's header was cold.
That was a cold header.
And then with the João Pedro, the penalty. It was. Was it?
It was definitely.
No, it was definitely. Yeah. That was in the last, literally the last kick of the game.
Did he kick him in the back of his? I know he.
It was a pen, but he went down easy as well.
Yeah, it reminded me of like the Nunes one, didn't it? Where there's nothing you can do, bro. Man trying to clear the ball, and you just kick him in it. It's like
that's the kind of penalty that you should be able to just like stay on your feet and go to the ref. You're a big man to kick me, and the ref's like, all right, say penalty, bro. But because he's not going to do himself on the floor.
Yeah.
There you go.
One player I did notice. Just sorry before you continue. Bassi, I feel like this brother's
he was shit, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know. He's all off on that.
One thing I'd say though, he's gotten better.
Yeah, he has games where he's good though. I give him that.
Okay. So you see, when we do, he's gotten better. Yeah, it's almost like the Nunes conversation. It's like saying you need 75% to pass your test. Yeah. But you keep getting 30%, 40%. Now you've gotten better, which is you were getting 35%, but now you've maybe upped it to 50%. But the pass grade is 75%. That's what when I hear people say that, I'm like, that's just what I think.
When you mean pass grade, to that, what do you mean by it? What's a pass grade to you? What does that entail in that? If you had to verbalize it.
Oh, so like in football context,
it's 75% world class. Or is that just decent?
No. Like 75% in terms of like just them being a bog standard like good player. Like forget their level, how far their level goes.
So I think he's gone. Yeah, I think he's gone from what I thought was like a 10%. Yeah, maybe even worse. Even worse. Yeah, like I think he's near the 60s, the 60s, maybe high 60s. As in, I've seen
so he's
him
still
now.
not passed then. In your eyes, he's still not passed.
No. Do you know what it is? I need to see the games I've seen. He's had good games, but then when you're telling me, Calvin back, then I'm like, he must be rubbish. Then do you get it? But I've seen him on like again when I watched the United game. I think he dominated. Obviously, he was United, but he done really, really well. It was the FA Cup. He was the best player. He was like the best defender on the pitch. I've then seen him in other games where I'm like, you've actually done all right. Because I used to like even his pass and stuff. I used to get onto it, but now it's all right. And you know, he drives the ball, he beats man. Yeah, I mean, like he's been all right.
Performance, man. He's like a 6 out of 10 player, and then every now and again he'll have just a great game against any of the top teams, and then he's back to form again. Yeah.
Man, like that's it, you know. Bro, every time I think about it, I'm like, brother, you
need to be careful. You need to be careful speaking about him, though. All of a sudden, you end up in East London, and his brother, bro.
I ain't worried about basketball.
Them drillers,
CD and
wow. There's some good people that live in East London, bro. What are we saying?
I thought there was a nice thing.
Anyway, like there's not good people.
Best thing out of East London, East Enders, blood. That ain't even a real place.
I think, you see how like Fulham and Forest, the players like so Ole-Aina, Hudson-Odoi and all them man, and Bassi and a few that obviously they got this Snapchat stuff like going back and forth, which is actually kind of good. I actually like it. It's kind of funny. It's just something a bit different and stuff. And people take it like way too serious. They're like, oh, but how can they be on Snap? I'm like, guys, man, these men I don't even know how old these guys are. I'm gonna say all of them. Say that again.
I mean,
That's
no,
not that age.
Aina's out. No, Iwobi's our age at all. I mean, my age.
Aina's
that's what I mean,
28.
under 30,
Aina's
under
28,
30.
innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
under 30.
Well, the things I don't use Snap though, so maybe I'm
No, but like, okay,
older.
you specifically though, you used to that. But I'm saying, I'm not looking at them like they were Van Dijk's age or the Milner's age, and they
Oh
using
yeah.
Snap. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't look at that and think, oh, that's so weird that they. I'm like, bro, come on, man, it's a bit of
Nah,
fun.
it's
Them
normal,
man,
man.
they just, you know what I mean, the man from the ends, like some of these guys.
Aina's got a YouTube channel as well, bro. Trash YouTube channel, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got you. Oh, so I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
he's got a YouTube channel.
I didn't even know. But
Quick question: what do you man think of Iwobi this season? I think
He's
he's
been
good.
good.
You know?
He's
He's
been
been
good.
good.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's saying a
That
flashy dress.
ball for Jimenez's
Bro,
goal.
Great
It was
ball.
crazy on the run and just poof.
His whole player
that-
build annoys me.
And Jimenez done well. You know, underrated finish. One of the best finishes you'll see. The
Good
control
goal.
and then to make sure he gets it low.
Yeah,
Knee
it's
over the
good.
ball. Good goal. Good goal.
Nah, man. It was all goody. Look at that. Watkins against his old club. Getting that.
It was a deflected goal, man. Keep
Fucking these jokes, man. He
And
started
what is it
creasing.
with you
Transition
today?
FC
Like,
though,
you're just
man.
not trying to give anybody any credit.
Nah,
He's always had beef
goal.
with Watkins, bro. Don't ever ask Enzo.
Yeah, I know. He's got this. I don't know what beef
No,
that you
it's a
lot got behind the
deflected-
scenes.
I
It's
know.
a deflected goal, man.
What's your beef, bro? Which I will no back off.
Yeah, we know that. You know,
Back up.
Deflected goal.
Okay. A deflected Watkins goal was the winner of this game. Obviously, as I think Savage just mentioned about Villa and where we kind of thought they would be. I expected them in and around here, maybe a bit better because they did.
I think it's the first game they've won after a Champions League.
Edgar's gone mad.
Yeah,
Crashed out.
Nah, 2 minutes. I was about to type
Hey, don't crash out, bro. Too early for that, bro. Too early.
Yeah, G, they don't normally have the thingy. They don't normally have like Champions League night and then they win the next game. It's the first game they've won after the Champions League draw. So
Oh, what serious? And we're all
yeah, it's
right,
a big
okay.
victory for them. But
Wow, okay. Well,
yeah,
then
they
that kinda-
needed the win still. They needed.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know that. I actually fully did. That's crazy. But we played, and they've been playing Champions League football for the whole season, and they're still in it as well. And this is the first time that they've got a victory, so you could tell that's big for them. And I think I don't know who got classed because I didn't see the thing who classed with the assist for this, but I'm seeing that.
Morgan Rogers, isn't it?
Say that again.
Morgan Rogers, I think.
Morgan Rogers. I was going to say anyway, even him been really, really good this season. I think he's had a solid season himself. But Asensio coming in and he seems to be doing kind of bits for them as well. Rashford obviously doing a little bit here and there. It's interesting. I feel like if he had this team that he's got right now at the beginning of the season with the depth that they've got now in attack, I feel like they would probably potentially be doing a little bit better, but they have been inconsistent. This is a good window.
Do what's happened? They obviously they had Duran. They had the problem with Duran, which obviously they'd want to go and keep him, but then a few of their players just obviously didn't end up working, and they've had to obviously shot some of them. So like obviously Jaden Philogene gone to Ipswich. He was just to come in and get a lot of game time. Champions League and all of that. And he did well, I think, against Bayern Munich, but just obviously didn't work out. Ain't on it, obviously. And then they're waiting for the likes of Jacob Ramsey to come back in because then he was coming back from injury. When Dia was coming back from injury and all of that, so it looks now like they've got depth. But like if they had a few more of those men still injured, it'd have just been like, oh, instead of and these men got sold. You look at him and be like, oh, like if Rashford isn't playing, then who else is playing? You know what I mean? And all of that. So no, but 100%, if they had this team right now, like in the state that it's in with all the people coming back from injury and stuff, I think they'd probably do a bit better. But at the same time, the team would have to get used to playing that as well, because the first season where they're playing Champions League, that type of thing.
Nah, it's true, man. Someone who's really underrated this season, I think, is actually Tielemans. And the reason why I say he's underrated,
he's a baller, man. He's a baller.
Bro, Savage, were throwing man in the bin.
Because when he was a free agent, innit? I was on like take him or Douglas, bro. Just take one of them, bro. I don't know. And the thing I got back and all of the Liverpool channels was
he can't run.
His work rate. I said, bro, you man are just talking about it because he looks like a lesbian and he's got the red cheeks and that, bro. Like obviously he does run, bro. He does run, bro. Like I don't know where this thing. Nah, because he's got like a chubby player build look at it, but obviously he's a baller, bro. I never heard Leicester fans moan about Tielemans' work rate ever, bro.
Listen, Tielemans is. Remember when we had the talk when we were in midfielders? Yeah, this is like the season when we signed Szoboszlai and McAllister. Tielemans was number 1 on my list.
Mhm.
I said,
Mhm.
I said, you get to Tielemans, and that's the guy you play on that left-hand side, and you got that's the one I wanted in it. And ultimately, this is a brother here that dictates games. His IQ's high. He can play multiple positions because that's what they do in Belgium. He assists, he scores goals when needed to. He just a baller, man. He's just a baller. Just a baller. Like, they've lost Douglas Luiz, right? They've put Onana in there and had someone that can play and stuff, and no one's missed Douglas Luiz.
No.
Like, I haven't heard that, and that's the Villa fans saying, but if we had Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, the person who hasn't looked good in the team since he's come back from his injuries, Kamara Blood, has not looked good, man.
Yeah,
he hasn't.
But it's going to take him a while, man.
Yeah, it's going to take him a while. It's going to take him a while, but it looks a bit.
That was a bad injury.
Shaky, but yeah, this game was annoying.
Your team, Spurs, Savage, Spurs, Bournemouth.
This was an annoying game. So this game could have finished 4-0 to Bournemouth. I don't know what. Bro. Spurs are shit, bro.
Annoying in what sense? No,
because Bournemouth was battering them, bro. They got a couple of disallowed goals as well, but they were battering them, bro. I couldn't believe it. Once they scored the 1 goal, and I was like, oh, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Then I saw how Tottenham got a bit, rolled up, and I was like, for fuck's sake, bro. I know what's going to happen here, bro. Bournemouth, when I mean they were outplaying, anyone who watched that first half of football, they were outplaying them bad, bro. Like, it looked like they were going to score every attack. And then Saul scores that cross goal, and then after that, it's all attack, man. But I don't know. Ange looks like he's depressed, boy.
Do you? I was gonna ask you guys, like, obviously, I'm from what I see, big up Tobes and big up what's my man's name? It's gonna come to me in a sec, but there's a couple Spurs fans that I'm seeing, and the way that they're talking about Ange, bro, they want this guy to go right.
Patrick?
They don't care about what's happening. Patrick, that's it, Patrick. Like, he's always talking about, like, he wants my man gone ASAP. Like, there's no negotiating with man. I've seen the anger that he's put on his timeline. Big up to himself, because obviously that's his team, and obviously, he watches them week in, week out kind of thing. So I can only go really off of what these men are saying. But yeah, do you guys think like his time now is starting to? Bro, they lost to fucking AZ Alkmaar the other day. Then they had that free kick situation in the game. You don't think? When I always say about optics, when the optics never look good. See a situation like that free kick that they had against Alkmaar, where Maddison plays it into Son and then they fucking lose it and all of this kind of stuff. Then you lose the game, and then you come to this game and you draw this game, bro. The optics don't look good right now for him. I promise you, I'm not looking good.
Yeah, I think he's done for, man. He promised them, I always do well in my second season. I'll win a trophy, and that. For all I know, he could go and beat AZ and they'll win the Conference League or Europa League or whatever. But they're just not it, man. And the thing is, I heard a couple of the Spurs players on interviews and that. Not in a bad way, but when they've asked like what's he like as a manager, and that, he doesn't seem to be like a man manager at all, and so it won't. When you don't have a man manager, it's not long for the players to turn on you, bro. Then it just results, innit? I remember just asking Matt, I think it was Ben Foster and Madison. He's like, "Oh, what's he like?" And he's like, "Oh, no, to be fair, right? He don't talk to us. So once that part's done in training, and that, he's to himself, and he doesn't really talk to us." And that. I was like, "Yeah, them kind of managers. There's nothing wrong with it when things go well, but when things go wrong, boy, man will turn on you so quick, bro, because we have no emotional attachment to you, bro. This ain't the Socceroos, blood."
And you know what? That's what it is. Because I'm looking at Ange, and it's a bit sad, bro. It's a bit sad. The reason why I say it, right, is like I personally, from a footballing standpoint, right, I see what it could have been, right, or what it could be if they just had a bit more luck with injuries. Had they signed a few more players and looked to go and get that depth in, if they had those injuries, because the football that they play sometimes, if I'm being honest, is some of the most enjoyable football I see.
Agreed.
But when it's coinciding with this, and you get like 2-2 draws, and you're struggling to win games, and you're losing to AZ Alkmaar, and you couple that with, couple hundred fans traveling down to flipping a non-league team in the FA Cup, and you're struggling to get over the line in that game, and it just doesn't. Again, the optics, it just doesn't look good, and unfortunately, the writing's on the wall, because you're going to need results, innit? The only problem they've got now is these players that they bought were all bought on the basis that Ange is the manager.
Yeah.
So if you now get rid of Ange and get another manager, you're going to be in the same situation where a man's got to go, yeah, you know what? We need to go and get next man, and we need to get this brother in and this player in and that player in, because this player doesn't fit this system, and it's just you just start the cycle again.
Yeah,
I
it won't happen as well. Levy won't spend the money. We won't be spending the money.
That's always going to be the issue, is that Levy isn't going to.
I think on the financial stats, they're the best run team in the Premier.
Oh yeah, no,
well, I can imagine. The thing is, business-wise, I can imagine though, because Levy isn't a bad businessman.
That's what annoys. I mean, I don't care about stuff like that anyway, but that's what will annoy the fans even more, innit? Because people keep throwing that how successful they are. And like, yeah, we hear about the financials and that, but I want to win something, bro.
Exactly. Like like when you look at Spurs, yeah, if you just didn't know football and had a look at just Spurs, and let's say it was like a school and you went to like an open day and you just walked around, and bruv, you look at Spurs and think they're the best team in the league. They've got the best stadium. Their training ground's the best. Their kit is sick. Yeah, I mean,
I love this. Cool. I love their stadium, man. I went on
their tracksuits and that look calm. Their merch is calm. They're in London. Like, do you know what I mean? So there's so many things that point to Spurs being like having the potential to be a good team, but they just do you know what it is? It's a culture thing in the club, innit? It's a culture thing, and Levy controls the culture too much. Yeah, I think what they need is, and look, Spurs don't help themselves, man. Remember when they were celebrating when City beat Arsenal, but they lost. When City beat them, but it meant that whatever it was, and it was like they wanted City to beat them, and Andrew's getting mad, but then the fans are getting mad for Andrew getting mad at them. It's like that's just a culture thing there, innit? Where he's like, what is this? And you man are accepting it, but now that the results on there, no.
You know what? Spurs are the best. I think Spurs are the greatest losers. Like, I think of losing teams that don't do anything, they're the best, bro.
I mean, it's good to be the best at something.
I hear it.
I mean, it's good.
But they've been losers my whole life, bro. I remember they had the League Cup in like 2008 or something like that. Apart from that, bro, they've just been losers my whole life. And Martin Yol and all these.
Martin Yol, you're just mad. How's Martin Yol better at Fulham than at Spurs?
I know, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the losers, bro. But you are right, Jerry, because even when they were terrible, they still had like good football in them. They always had it, bro. But yeah, man,
and that's what it is. Like, I'm watching, when I watch Spurs, when we're talking about football, that team for me plays it like, I'm like, oh my god, like the way they pop the ball, and even when they were playing against us, when they're playing through midfield against us, I'm like, oh my god, they're making us look
gems in the squad. They got gems in the squad. I think I like Bergvall, but I couldn't wait for him to start.
Bergvall's quality,
bro. And he's young, bro.
Yeah, he's like 19 or something.
He's old, bro. He's cold.
And then Archie Gray in there as well. I think Archie Gray is a good
Archie Gray's quality.
And Archie Gray's been playing that position all season as well, bro. Jed Spence is more. I like this team, bro.
Yeah. If Levy was smart, do you know what he'd do? He'd look to just distance himself. Yeah, still be the owner and that, or whatever, chairman, and then get like Jurgen Klopp or something to be like the director of football or director of like sporting, and just get that mentality. Because once I'm telling you, it from personal, like it. All it takes, right, is to breed that culture from within.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Like, I know people find it difficult, but that's all it takes. You can have the same type of players, and you can still do a madness. Do you know what I mean? Like it's I don't know, man. And then obviously you get rid of the players that aren't on it and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's sad. It's sad because I look at the football and I thought Andrew would be good, but it's the results, man. The results.
Well, we'll wait and see on him. Over to another London club, Leicester City, by the way. Ruben Listeré is in the mud.
Bro, they just need to leave the league early, bro.
No talk, bro. Just get out of there.
No, they should be able to forfeit the thing, bro, because, bro, you know what they're giving off, bro? That flipping... Remember that Paul Jewell Derby side, bro, that finished on 11 points?
Bro... Let me see how many points they got. They're on
9, bro.
11. 9.
They're on 9. And the way they're playing, bro.
No, they're on 9. They're not on 9. They're not on 9. Who's Leicester? Leicester on 17.
Is it Southampton on 9 then?
Southampton are on
9. Oh, my bad. It's Southampton on 9.
But it's
Okay.
Leicester
Yeah,
and
Leicester.
Ipswich
Yeah,
are both on 17, and then
Yeah,
Wolves
it
are
should.
on
Yeah.
23.
Leicester's one of them teams. I like Leicester in it, but nah, bro. I was watching them the other day with my son and that because he loves Vardy in it, and I was looking at the teams like, nah, bro, they've got this wrong, bro.
Yeah,
Like these men have still got Ayew in them, man, starting, bro. I'm like,
yeah. It's like
it's not about
bro,
Ayew not ever being a good footballer because of course he was, but in 2025 that can't be his starting guy, bro. That can't be.
yeah,
Hey,
but then
where's-
you got to question why. But you got to question why Mavididi then isn't doing the business though. You got to
Yeah,
question why
he's been-
Mavididi,
I
who
agree.
started
He's been
all the games last season, why is he not playing this season? Why is it? Why do they have to go and get a vet that's been basically like, look, it's just left Crystal Palace because he wasn't. He was told probably, look, you're going to have to be like on the bench coming off to affect the game. He's like, no, I want to play. And Leicester like, yeah, we'll bring you in, and Mavididi can't get game time because I don't understand that. Why is Mavididi coming on in the 80th minute to change a game? Like what? He's like 22 years old, bro. Had a season in the Championship. Just play him. Bro,
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right, bro.
that team shit. Why is Vardy? Where's Daka? Why is Vardy still there? Why is he still playing every game?
That's
Him
the
and-
bit that's confusing me. Where,
Him and Daka started the game together in it, but I'm with you, bro. Like, I love
didn't,
Vardy.
I didn't
bro.
watch it. I didn't watch this game, innit? I didn't.
Yeah,
watch this
yeah,
game.
I'm with you though. I love Vardy, bro, but at this point, he should be in the twilight zone because remember he'd signed a 1-year contract just to finish. He should be the one coming off the bench, and they should have young. They got like 𝐒𝐷𝐀𝐃 and Buonate on loan, and that these are ballers, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Van Nistelrooy is shit as well. But fuck Van Nistelrooy.
bro, this one just came there and fucked that shit up. Bro. It didn't make sense.
And their backline is shit as well. Their backline is shit. It's
Yeah,
just
fucking
shit. It's
Connor
like,
Cody
what,
and White
fouls,
Face, bro.
eyes.
Him and Connor Cody
But-
can't work. That can't run, bro.
But the thing is, I feel sorry for Connor Cody because anytime I look at Leicester, I feel like I seem like trying to tell man what to do, and it's man aren't doing it. It's like he's like, bruv, like I've been in the team that's had structure, you know. This is just a madness. This is like, yeah, like remember
The thing
he's been at
James
Connor
Just-
Cody should never have left Wolves, bro. He should never have left Wolves.
No, it
Connor
was
Cody?
who was the manager? Was it Nuno? No,
Nuno?
Nuno left. Who told him to go?
Thingy, bro. The one who used to be he was shit at Real Madrid, bro, and lasted 4 months, bro. What's his name?
Lopetegui. It was him, bro. It was Lopetegui trying to go and go back to like Wolves is messed up as well. Wolves were one of the teams I thought were on the up. They got rid of Willy Bolly. They got rid of him, and now look where Wolves are.
Ain't Connor Cody go back to Everton as well?
Yeah, so
Yeah, he did.
he
Yeah,
left.
yeah,
he went
he
to Everton and was there. He was at Everton, but the loan expired, innit?
Yeah, man. The Everton fan as well. It's locked him out.
Speaking of Wolves and Everton, obviously this game ended up being 1-1. I think it finished in the end. Yeah, no, I'm trying to look at because I'm literally looking at when you guys were talking.
Everything's safe now, isn't it? That's done, blood.
Yeah,
Moyes,
bro. Even
Moyes
Moyes,
is
bro.
but Moyes is a bad. Like you see when we talk about like, I know it didn't work at United, but you see you talk about culture, right?
Yep.
A culture like of that's what he is able to go and bring is something's going wrong. He comes in and he brings a culture where it's like, you know what, you man might not be the best players on the pitch, but what you're gonna do is work damn hard. You know, you're gonna work damn hard, and you can see it with what he was able to do with Everton back in the day with Pienaar and all of them, man. And then you saw what he did even with West Ham. But like, remember, you're talking about West Ham that didn't win a trophy for donkey's years as well. This is like Bobby Charlton and them, man. Right?
Yeah, the West
He's
Ham
the one
thing was
that brought
weird,
that-
isn't it? Because the fans wanted him out. Because I remember
but
he should have stayed. Would have worked out.
Yeah,
I mean, I know he could
that's
have.
what it is. It's the style of play thing, innit? It's the style of play. And when you're not winning games and the style of play is dead, then people want you out. But more so just about the mentality and the culture and the way of work ethic and the way of like preparing for games and what he's done with Everton. And I know you man were doing the stream. I think you and ENDZ about who should be manager of the month and all of that. For me, I'd give it to Moyes. I'll give it to Moyes because it looked like Everton might be going down.
Yeah, I saw his
like
interview
at
after
one
the game.
point.
He said that the first thing he said to the players when he come in is like, "Listen, we're not leaving this league, innit? Nothing else matters at the moment. Let's get that sorted first." And obviously, because he's been there before. When he was there before, obviously we know Liverpool fans. They finished ahead of us when we won the Champions League, innit? Finished 4th and that, bro.
They've actually finished ahead of us twice.
Yeah. So you get me? He knew what he was doing. Obviously, the Man U job comes around, you got to take it, innit? But I do wonder what they would have been like if he had never took the Man U job and stayed there, bro. Because now they're getting
at least Fellaini.
Arteta.
Arteta, yeah, Arteta at the time.
Yeah, Leighton Baines and that, bro. It's gonna be
Cahill.
Cahill,
Cahill,
They
Mr.
had a good team, man.
Yeah,
They had a good team, man. It'd be interesting, bro, because like I can't stand Everton, bro, but I'm half happy for Moyes still, just because with the reform and changing stadium and that, that's great that he's there when they enter the new stadium in it. Because he set the groundwork for them in the first place, bro. Because without him, remember Everton's been on they've been on the edge of being relegated every season, bro. Like every season for the last 4 or 5 seasons we've been watching. They've been last day of the season, 2 games left of the season. So you know.
And one thing I can guarantee
relegated in their new stadium next season. But
the thing is one thing I can guarantee you with Moyes there, A, they're not going to be relegated, and B, they'll end up between 11th and 8th.
Yeah.
That's what Moyes does. That's what Moyes does. He will get you to the 40 points early, and then from there it's just a bonus. It's just a bonus.
If they can get like a finger as well, like a proper and I don't mean like top class. I'm not even like how Chris Wood's been playing and that kind of striker.
Yeah,
they're good, man, because they struggle with that. I know Beto's been playing a little bit better, and Thingy that handbag up front is shit, blood. He's just really good at headering the ball. Calls it, bro. Now because ever since his boyfriend left Everton, he's been rubbish, blood. Remember his boyfriend went to Sheffield and he got rubbish, blood. The JD, what's his name? You know which one I'm talking about? The JD model, bro.
Yeah,
Davies. Davies spent all his time on JD adverts and that. Went Sheffield, got fat, hair's not done and that, bro. Missing 𝐒𝐁𝐄. I understand.
What is he fat now?
Bro, I saw him looking all chubby and that running on the pitch, bro, last season, bro. Like, yeah, I hear it, man. He misses his boyfriend and that.
Oh
man.
my god,
together still.
What's his name?
Mad.
You get what I'm saying, bro? Man went from model to that, blood. He needs to get his boyfriend back, bro. Let him reunite at Sheffield.
Oh, he's even done the madness. You know, when you're going through something, you say, you know what, I'm just gonna chop it, bro. He's bicked his hair, bro.
Oh,
he's got a Mohican. He's got a flipping a wrestling man Mohican.
Who's he playing?
You know them? Sheffield.
Let me check.
I told man, I'm not joking, bro. It's the truth, bro.
He's lost the weight
now.
in
his face, bro.
Yeah, he seems to have lost weight.
He's lost the weight, but he's got the short hair though. I'll send you the link. It's on ITV. It says even here, look, Sheffield United, Tom Davies opens up about mental health struggles after injury. I told you, bro. I knew it. He lost it. He had to say, you know what, I'm shaving it off.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. These men are the first like platonic couple thing, bro, innit? Like I don't think they're gay. I just think they love each other, blood. That now because his mental health thing is the fact that he misses 𝐒𝐿𝐿, blood. No, but I don't know what it's called, bro. It's called like asexual or pansexual or something like. They don't fancy each other.
Said he's just fluid.
Yeah, they're just boyfriends, blood. That's
no, they're just really good friends. You can't even say boyfriends because what are they? They'll tell you, I don't know. I'm just me.
That's what I don't know. Like, I don't know.
It's one of them. Like,
I'm just me.
I'm
just me. Like
he's just him, like he's in love with his soul and that, blood.
Do you know what I mean? On the pitch, I might be like, do you know what I mean, mad aggressive, but in other departments in my life, I might be a bit more submissive and like it's calm. I want to dominate in the air. I don't. I mean, I'm submissive.
Anyways,
I've only seen both of them with each other, bro. I've never seen any of them with each other.
What I was gonna say before you man went completely whatever, when you said about the type of striker, yes, 𝐒𝐿𝐿 when he under Ancelotti, they needed that level striker. It doesn't even need to be of like the maddest quality, as you said. Like in Chris Wood, heck, if you were able to get a Mateta, like get someone like that, you know, into your
even
team.
If they kept Finger, bro, I know they put him, but even if they kept Gordon, bro, it would have helped him as well.
100. Gordon out, bro. Of course, that would have fucking helped them, man. Like, but they had to probably sell him just for the PSR and all of that kind of stuff. But listen, man, we'll obviously draw it to a close. That is all the games over the weekend. I do believe there's one more game today, this evening. Can't remember who though. I feel like it's West.
You can't remember who. It means the team's not important, but that's what I always think on these days, bro. It's probably West Ham and Newcastle.
Yeah, it is. Quality. Look at that.
Yeah,
West Ham.
Them kind of games that got 2-2 written all over it.
Bro, you know, Savage. That's the result I've got in my head. Is 2-2.
To be fair, I want to watch that game though because I'm interested to see whether Newcastle, whether Liverpool are just. I mean, you're just gonna, you know, if Newcastle. and just.
I'll be real. I'll be real though. Go on.
No, I'm saying if Newcastle lose a player, yeah, like get another red card or an injury, it's like I feel like it makes it more difficult for Liverpool.
Yeah.
I feel like the game's going to be more difficult.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like,
I watched Ronaldo's brother play yesterday Thingy's bro plays Portsmouth and Murphy's. I was watching the Portsmouth Leeds game yesterday. I was saying to my son, bro, Murphy got injured, bro. Surely you just swap the brothers, innit? The twins, there's no, because there's no iconic tattoos on man. And I was watching, I was like, yo, just switch the brothers, bro. Why not?
It's when
Hey, them man, I know when they were young, yeah, they was hard. I remember back in the day, but them man since coming, they've been shit. Like even Murphy, even with that purple patch, he is crap. Like he's so crap.
You know what it reminds me of? He reminds me of them kind of. I think it's because of the way he plays, like the way he moves, like runs and kicks the ball, and he just looks like a God loves a tryout. That's all I think. When I think
speaking of tryouts, bro, I have to say, bro, like no disrespect to these man and that, but obviously I was at that Sidemen game, yeah, brother.
Yeah. Okay, he looks like someone who would fit into that game if that makes sense.
First of
like,
all I was thinking is, yo, when I was watching, I was like, this is sick and shit at the same time because I couldn't help but rate the fact that these men have sold out Wembley, bro. I was sitting there going, this is actually mad, bro. Like,
were you at the game?
Yeah, I was at the game. Yeah.
Oh, but so you know it in my head. Yeah, I was watching it, like trying to watch it, but I wasn't. So I watched the highlights, and I was like, hold on, why is Wembley packed? I was like, have they done some CGI thing to do like? What the hell?
They sold out within like 8 minutes or something like that. The tickets because they sold out last year. Last year they did thingy in it. They did the London Stadium last year and it sold out in 2 minutes.
No, and then when did they do Charm? Was that 2 seasons ago? The Valley.
Yeah, because last season was the one with the pitch invasion at West Ham.
Yeah.
And
so
the game ended early. So I was thinking thinking,
I remember.
It's almost like it's identical to like an FA Cup game. Like everything,
it's actually. I think it's even more packed.
Yeah, the flames, they had the banners and all that. My son was like, it's crazy because some teams get into the playoffs for the championship and I can't sell the stadium out. And I was like, I know, blood. It's crazy. And even the fact that I was like, yo, these men are like, it's time for people to just put respect on content creators on it, bro, because it's not like it used to be a funny thing, like, oh, you're just a YouTuber and that. Big man, I was listening to the cheers when they were saying man's name and that, because I'm thinking, like 𝐒𝐁𝐄 and all that's there. He's the biggest streamer in the world, bro. These man weren't getting cheered like that, bro. It was the English shoots. I couldn't believe it.
When Zerka slapped his penalty, yeah, bro, the cheer was, bro. I don't think I've ever heard anything like it,
bro. I can't, bro. They're reading out the names. I was like,
what? Bro, it sounded like when Van Dijk scored in the Carabao Cup final, bro.
No, it's true. It's bro. I'm telling you, bro. The name and numbers are coming up with the players, isn't it? It's going through like these big streamers from America, and the crowd's like, minor. It got to Angry Ginge. It went off like it was Ronaldo. I was like, what?
No, but to be fair, think where we are though. Where we playing the match?
No, I know, but I'm saying like even where we are, Clyde's the biggest streamer in the world. Like there's no argument.
No, I know. Obviously,
I couldn't believe it. And then there's got one youth, bro, and his name went off. I don't know who he is in it, and I just heard Bear Gal like loud, and I said, "Bruv, son, how come I can't hear no geezer scream?" He said, "Oh yeah, that's the dude from TikTok, bro. All the girls love him." And I said, "Bro, I'm out of my depth here. I don't know what's going on in that." AJ Tracy come out halftime, performed in that. Then KSI just come off the pitch, came back, performed, came back on the pitch.
I saw that bit.
Walking up Wembley Way and that to pick up the trophy up the stairs, like the Queen's there and that. She weren't, obviously she did.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't. I was watching it, and obviously I was intrigued in it, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And I was like, "This is like even when they're taking the penalties, like." Because in my head, I was like, it must be a CGI thing. There's no way they've packed out everything. I was like, maybe the camera's not panning out to the full stadium, like they've zoomed in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why am I seeing man like look like they're panicking to take a penalty? I was like, it's probably not full Wembley. Like it's for fun. It's just a little. But I'm like, oh, it's 90,000 man watching you take a penalty. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's
and you got to remember, like, within the game,
because Minimita missed. You know, basically the best player on the pitch missed his penalty. I was like,
bro, that's what I'm saying. It was all a storyline in that because he's the best player. He missed. Then they had like Josh from the Sidemen who's never scored at all the charity matches up until now. So then everyone wanted him to score. He scored in the game. Then they had Speed Speed's played in all of them and can't score in it. And he had about 10 chances in the game, couldn't score. He slapped his penalty. They went crazy. These men are doing the Ronaldo Sue and that. And it sounds like I'm in there with Real Madrid.
He feels like he's in the bird of bow.
Yeah, bruv. I can't even lie, bruv. I went there on some like, yeah, my son got me these tickets and that. I'll try and whatever. But I'm like, I'm already here. I'm getting into it. So if I ever get caught on camera, bro, don't judge me with the car. You might see me doing that. But
no, but I'm not gonna lie. I was watching that, yeah, and I was like, bruv, like, you know what? Them man are actually so lucky, like to walk, because you know, there's one thing playing at Wembley, or if someone said to you, like, play, like even at the Valley, wherever, even at London Stadium, just to play in it, yeah. But when it's a different feeling when it's sold out.
Yeah,
like to just go and play in it, bruv. We could, if I had money, we could just go and play in. Do you know what I mean? Empty stadium, we play on the pitch, it's sick, it's bruv. It's the environment is speed beating a man, and then man are getting excited, like, oh, bruv, like,
bruv, maybe want to kill YouTube just so I could play in the game, bruv. That's what he was doing. Like, I just want to play. I just want to play in this game because it's so sick, bro. Yeah,
how many people were watching it on stream? It was like.
They broke the record, I think. So whatever it was,
it's like 16, 20 minutes, something like that.
But you know what's crazy about it? Obviously, the game was obviously during the 3 p.m. Games, which is hilarious. And then obviously, I'm sure it was like 2 million were watching it live, on. Obviously, I don't know what the view is now, but like 2 million live were watching it. I cannot categorically say 2 million people watch Liverpool game in my head. I don't know why, but I didn't feel like there probably 2 million people.
Brother, ended up being 8 million.
8 million people, bro. Like, you think 8 million people watch Liverpool versus Southampton?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. And you got to remember,
it's just a bit weird.
The final views on it at the moment, the highlights, the whole stream, 16 million. 16 million on the stream. And then you got to remember that while that stream's on, speed streaming from the same place, 𝐒𝐁 streaming from the same place, and they've got all of theirs as well.
All of them, flipping Phantom and all of that.
Yeah,
they're all streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're all streaming on their own. Like, if I was streaming
on my own stream
platform, and
then doing it there as well.
Some of them I saw they had like mics connected.
Yeah.
So when they were getting like you could go and hear them like proper talking. Like, I know, like, do you know what I mean? It was crazy. Yeah. I'm looking. Guess what numbers the Carabao Cup final got last year? 4.26 million.
Yeah,
4.26 million. But at this point, why am I watching this?
Yeah, for real.
In terms of biggest sporting event, bro, the Cyber Chat is a bigger game.
But why do you think PK wants to do that whole the thing that he's trying to do in football, where
it makes sense. That makes sense.
And that's why they're doing now the Ballers League.
The UK are doing it as well. Baller League or whatever.
Yeah, the Baller League. Yeah. Bro,
that's on the Baller League's on thingy as well. I think it's on Sky Sports, isn't it?
See, that would just ruin it. Like, that would just ruin.
I think Baller League's going on. I think Baller League's supposed to be going on Sky Sports or something, bro. Because it's got like
as well as other streaming platforms.
Yeah, because obviously the coaches and that are all like Lundberg and Figo and all them in it.
It's good for them though. It's good for them. It's more not really. It's more access in it. I don't think it's only on Sky Sports.
No, it's not only on Sky Sports.
I thought it was just only like a Sky.
No, it's just what it does. It just opens it up now to the individuals that might not stream but into football and will turn on Sky Sports and be like, oh, what's this? You know, like when you used to have Eurosport or whatever.
It's crazy, bro. Because the other week was it? I think it's like probably about 3-4 weeks ago now. What's the other charity game? 𝐶 one, the one what he does abroad. That had Henry and that playing and Kaka and all that playing. That was cold, bro. And that was sick because I was like, yo, playing in this game, man's all got their heroes and that playing on the same team, Pirlo and all that, and Cahill played and Hazard played. I couldn't believe it, bro. This shit's crazy, bro. I'd say the 𝐶 jokes, but this geezer can't run, blood. Like he runs like he's on like high heels.
He's an invalid. No, he's an invalid still. Like I've never. Like he runs like he hasn't played, like he hasn't done any running because like Phantom's fat, yeah. But Phantom like he can run.
Oh yeah, you've explained it perfectly.
He might not be able to run for even like 5 seconds, but the first 3 seconds you can see the mechanics are there to run. Yeah. 𝐶 looks like a different species. Like he's not built to move.
Yeah. He doesn't have the attributes to like run and stop. He has to run and slow down and then stop. He can't just stop, bro. He'll fall over. We're
not talking about someone we're not talking about Usain Bolt when he's running 26 miles an hour.
Nah. Just regular run.
A couple steps.
You used to know this, innit? You can tell by the way man like the first touch of the ball. You didn't say, when a man's trying to keep the ball in from going out for a throw in.
Yeah,
but they're struggling and they have to turn. They have to get the whole body around the ball.
Yeah.
They can't do it with their leg. That's what he's got, and he's got like skinny legs, isn't it? and a mad round.
You
He's
know
built like
his
you know the
skinny legs.
what's the Eminem guy called, bro? You know the M&Ms, the
Oh yeah.
He's built like that, like.
But do you know what it is? You see the Eminem guy though. You see how the body, even though the skinny legs are there, the longer legs are like they support that. Trunks, it's like he's got the skinny legs, but his legs aren't long, so he might even be. I think he's about 6 foot, but his body accounts for like 70% of his body accounts for like 70% of the thing. So he could wear like his trousers could be like a medium, but the top needs to be like a duck to cover. So it's like when he moves his leg, bruv, it's already touching his stomach. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a long body, short legs.
Yeah, it's madness. I couldn't believe it, bro. I was like, what the fuck has happened here, bro? Because I've seen him in the other ones before when he lost a bit of weight.
That's what I thought, though. Yeah, I haven't really been. Yeah, I haven't really seen.
You know when a man loses weight and puts on more weight?
Yeah,
more than what he lost.
No, but unfortunately, because what happens is when you're that size, you have to be so mentally strong, right? And he probably is, because he does his work and stuff. But you have to be so mentally strong to be able to do this drastic diet and keep up for the rest of your life.
You have to.
That's why these men have to do the gastric band and stuff.
Yeah, he done the like lose 60 pounds and put 100 pounds on, blood, that kind of vibe, bro.
Yeah, but
you're just in deficit of 40.
No, because Bazinga and that used to be fat, but I watched him like go through his whole transformation and start training and all that stuff, and now he's not gonna get fat again, innit? But
the difference is, you see, Bazinga was fat, but Bazinga wasn't Chunks fat. Chunks fat back in the day was like the cheeks are like, it's a different level of, this is something that's been ingrained from him, innit? So it's like, cool, you had to either take years and years and years of having to, like you said with Bazinga, where it's just like, now I've had to like graft and get to a level where you're a decent size, or you're gonna go on the drastic thing where for 6 months, even a year, you're so focused, but it's gonna come a point where, let me have that donut. Then he's on holiday, and then it's over.
Now you're right, man. Because he's obese, and
now when
he's morbidly obese, but you know when people see people as cool, innit? They don't call him morbidly obese, and you notice that. So he's gonna be. He's morbidly obese, but like if you're a content creator and you've got that, and you're at them levels, just for a year, innit? You just turn up your content and make that your content, bro, losing the weight and that, because that's what Thingy had to do. Bazinga had to do that.
But do it mentally. You've got to be when you're.
Nah, you're right. I know. You're right.
I was talking about this to someone. You know, when you're that size, when you get to that size, we're not talking about someone that's just like, bruv, even me, like I'm losing it now. But over from back in the last year to now, like I put on weight in it, but I weren't like, the weight was like, it's a bit tight, but it wasn't. If I got to that size, it doesn't now become even a body issue. It's a mental issue. It's
a mental issue, bro.
If you can't fix the mental, if you can't fix it, it doesn't matter what you do. You're just gonna put it back on.
Yeah, because I had a client. One of my clients was like 390, and we got down to like
390.
Yeah, and I got him down to 310, and then he started fucking around. I seen the weight going back up, so I got rid of him, innit? I just sat him down and that, like, bro, you're making my business look bad and that, but like, man, because obviously when he lost all the weight, because obviously when he lost all the weight, everyone comes up to you and that, and they're like, oh my god, this is amazing, that what happened, and then they're bigging me up, and it's like, oh yeah. So when he put the weight back on, they're like, what happened? So I was like, I just sat him down in the consultation room and I said, yo, I can't really do this. Come back on weekends, you're lying to me and that. I saw him the other day pop up and that. He's bigger than he was before. It's crazy.
But this is crazy though. You got
have to get rid of them.
He's got the before and after pictures. He's deleting the client from the.
Bro, you got to delete. Yeah, you have to. You have to delete all the evidence that was ever there in the first place, bro. I can't keep that shit around forever. Let me even get us out of it. We can obviously chop it up in the Just quickly, obviously, big up by the way, everybody, man. Love for obviously joining us this morning. Keep me a question. Do you think Salah can hit this peak of form again? So let's say Salah stays for 2 more years. Do you think he'll be this good next season? I'm gonna start off. I'll just say no. I think this is his best season.
No. I think. Yeah, because I see that commentators and pundits always trying to do that Salah when they're speaking to him. They're like, oh, this is the best football you played in that. And I get it. This isn't peak Salah, bro. This is a smart Salah, bro. This is what this is. Yeah. Bro. This is what I when I did a video last season and I was saying that Salah going into the new season is gonna have to adapt certain things on it. And he has, bro. And he's got better at certain things, and certain things, you know what I mean, he's moved away from. But I don't think so. But I don't think it matters either. Yeah. I don't think he needs to. You know what I mean? So
what I would think, right, is Liverpool. I think the problem Salah will have is that even if he stays, right, Liverpool will be looking for a successor.
Yeah.
Like the way Michael Edwards thinks, it's not a you sign, but yeah, you are a guy now until the
they'll be
next
looking for
time
somebody.
we're in the last year of your contract. No. It's you sign, and this is like a respect thing, and we know that you're good and you can affect the game, but we need to buy someone else in to go and make sure that in the off chance that you fall off next season or midway through the season or you get injured or you break whatever it is, we're already succession planning. You can't leave it until like, do you know what I mean? You can't if you sign him up. Unless Liverpool have already thought, yeah, he's gone and we're gonna get Isak. Then if you sign him up, it's with the you know what I mean? With the fact 100%. That you've got a player that you're bringing in. So and you're gonna have to bring him into the team. It can't be a thing where if it's a right winger, it can't be like, but Salah's playing all the games and my man's coming on to get 𝐒𝐂 minutes. It's like, nah, you come in and some games Salah's on the bench now.
Yeah. And he does seem like Slot's that kind of manager that would do that anyway. Because even when he mentioned 𝐒𝐂 earlier in the season, he said, if 𝐒𝐂 was fit, Salah wouldn't be playing so much. And that was still Salah scoring all the goals and that. So I think he's on that still.
And it's funny how the fit turned to shit, innit? I guarantee you're saying, if 𝐒𝐂 wasn't shit,
then big up Steve. Last one before we head on out of here. Anyone else a bit underwhelmed with Eze this season, or is it just me? Maybe could be. I think he could have probably kicked on. I mean, got into the England squad and all of that. I thought, next season, like this season, I thought he was gonna be, you know what I mean, like the guy, like almost. Yeah,
because a lot of the previous season when he was balling, at least they were still injured anyway, so it's not like it's because of that. Exactly. But I do realize I said it to someone I was watching the Palace game. They do kind of they play just like give the ball to Elise and let him do something. They do that so much, bro. It's a lot of pressure, and they're not always making great movement around him in that, bro. So I'm just like, bro, it's a bit one-dimensional, bro. But I guess to be fair, I probably agree with Steve. To be fair, not in a mad way, but sometimes I'm like, this is
I think he's been injured, and I think again we go back to that whole point, right? Is we rate these players, but man don't understand like the elite players that people think these guys are. They're so effective, and so like this is a normal season, isn't it? He has a good game, couple bad games. Like he's on the level of all these other players that we talk about. Like to play, just because he had a season or a good stint where he was like D guy, to maintain that season in season out is difficult. The only brother that's been able to do that at Palace for the last 25 years is Zaha. And they've had better players.
Yeah, that's why consistency is everything. That's what when Gino and Enzo on that stream the other day about then and now, and some of the little youths in the chat were losing their damn mind, but that's what kind of got across to them, bro. Because I'm like, I've watched you change which player's the best every season, and I'm like, bruv, while you're doing that, Salah's still Salah and my man's still my man and Saka's still Saka. So clearly they're good footballers, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean, the one-off thing is what it is, bro. You have goalkeepers have a season where they can do that. A striker will have a season where they can do that, but consistent ones, blood, they find a level in it. So
sorry, that just annoyed me. I just remembered, bro. Man was going for time in the chat, like for ages about.
He was one person, bro, but because I can't pronounce his name, that's why I didn't call it.
Yeah. And I ends control your chat, man.
Because at one point he was like, I don't mind what he's saying, but you're choosing not to listen to us, because he was basically trying to do this is just use olders talking about.
Yeah.
That was like, who do you think you're talking to, bro? This is our generation. With Salah's our generation, you prick, bro.
Literally.
Talk to me like that, bro. But then he was getting rude in the chat, so that's why I just ignored him the whole time and that, bro.
I was just
being rude at this point, bro. Man was like, get me on and that. No, bro, start a YouTube channel, earn your keep.
Bro, people like that. So
man just think maybe you can just jump on anyone's channel and that, but earn your keep, blood. You're making thumbnails and that, blood.
I said you gotta earn your keep.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man. Ends, man. You need to control your chat, man.
Yeah, bro. StreamYard money went up, blood. Are you paying?
Yeah, bro. Big man takes StreamYard money went up. You need to pattern that, because in my head I was just thinking, but remember, the conversation that we're having is our opinion. So even if the opinion of whoever I can't remember, like all of us on the panel, even if it's all the same opinions, it's just our opinion. And as you said, yes, there are still the Salahs, the Sakas, and there's still like Lamine Yamals, and but there's still bare man that we like.
Because he was like, "Oh, this is too one-sided." I'm like, "Bro, you might want to check the title. This didn't say it was a debate, blood. This was just a conversation."
You know that it really didn't say that. It didn't say that. So yeah, just that conversation. Just now, I'm remembering. I'm thinking, I don't get how one person can be so angry about someone's opinion, and to make you want to think like, "Oh yeah, but you guys are being biased." Yes, that was the point.
That is the new thing, though, isn't it? Because you've seen it feels like every couple of weeks, Troy Deeney says something, and I keep watching everyone online lose their mind. I said, this is just one Don's opinion, bro.
Oh, bro.
And somebody asked him, by the way, as well. Like, you want him to lie on how he feels just because you know how many people say stuff about players that I like, and I completely disagree with them. I just leave it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like,
bro. I hear this. I hear this stuff with Jones every single day, bro. And Luis Diaz, I fight it, bro. It's like, it is what it is, bro.
I hear it. I've been fighting Jones' corner for years, blood, man. And then when he has a couple of good games, everyone's back on it like they've always been there. And then all of a sudden, it's like get him out the team, bro. Remember when everyone was gassed that Harvey was coming back, and then when he came back, he was underwhelming. Then they just give up on him. It was like, yeah, this is why.
No, Jones has to play.
Yeah.
Jones has to play.
Yeah. This is just what I'm saying, bro. I have to listen to man tell me that Bellingham shit every day, but I'm like, all right. Yeah, mate, shit's awful. You might not like him as a footballer. Telling me his shit every day. It's all right. I hear it, bro. Can't bother to argue, man. Still,
this is why some people just don't start a YouTube channel.
Yeah. And I told you that's what I asked, man, bro. You played football, bro. It's not a moral high ground thing. I'm being serious. Have you played football, bro?
Yeah.
If you haven't, bro,
even at like a crappy level, like just have you played football?
There is certain things that you have to, bro. There is certain things that it doesn't matter how snobby it sounds. That if you haven't experienced it, you can only speak to a certain level, bro. It is what it is. I told you that's literally why I stopped doing UFC content, bro. Because I've been in the cage, bro, but I wasn't in there competitive. I was training all the time and that, bro. And I was like, you know what? I don't even feel comfortable talking like this, bro. Car. If one of these UFC man say something, I ain't got no chat for them still. Like,
yeah, big man thing.
Yeah, because I'll fight you, bro. But he's trying to choke me out, blood.
Same thing, exactly. Same thing.
He'll be a smaller brother than you as well. Choke you.
Same thing.
Yeah, one of the times I was talking to AJ and that, bro. Like, if Anthony Joshua sees this, I'm gonna have to kick him in the balls, blood.
That's what I'm saying. Same thing with the boxing. Same thing with all of that. I thought about doing all this thing for boxing. I'm a boxer for that. I mean, I used to box. Done the same thing with wanted to do NBA. And I sat there and thought to myself, I was like, brother, I ain't even played the game like that though. I played a couple recreational games with my friends in the park, and I think I know what I'm talking about because I play 2K. Fuck off, bro.
Yeah, because then the most you can do then is make your channel and don't do the analysis thing. Just have a laugh with the man. That's the most you can do.
But I don't like that. I know. And I'll have a laugh. Oh yeah, you're shit.
You want to
knock the hell out, or he's better than him, and just make these controversial takes just because I don't want to do that. So if I'm going to do it, I want to analyze it. Let me just let the man that have done it, and your Tundis and that, your Tunde and Spencer Fearon, let them do the boxing.
That's facts, because at the end of the day, bro, like I'll tell man, I'm just a professional fan, blood is what I am, bro.
Yeah, big man, I'm a professional
fan who played football, bro. So some of these things, I'm like, you can hear it on certain man as well when we're analysing the game, like, oh yeah, it's just man just vacated the space, and I can't believe Trent's up there, and I'm like, do you think that Trent, who's that right wing with the ball now, because he wasn't back when I'm like, bro, yeah, because Kanat is covering him, bro. But when man don't realise that,
he's supposed to cover him. He's supposed. He's supposed to cover him, bro.
Bro, you know how Slot's got Robbo and Trent doing the inverted thing and that. Robbo's like, he almost ends up in the 10th position, bare games and that. And I hear him, man, like, yeah, he just vacates his position. So I said, brother, if Slot didn't want him to do it, he would have fucking kicked him out the team ages ago. Clearly, he's like, Robbo, you got an overlap there. I'm like, well, clearly Slot wants him to underlap because it's just what he wants, isn't it? Fucking hell, bro. That one kills me, bro.
Why is Diaz always getting the ball, and why is he dribbling? Why is he not shooting? Why is he not being direct? Because Slot doesn't want that from him. He's got a next one on the right. He's doing it, you idiot, bro. He's played every single game, bro. No matter, and I've even said, oh, he's played rubbish, yeah. Or he's playing every single game.
Yeah.
So there's a reason for the why they.
Bro, the positioning one when fans talk about this online is the worst. It's the worst argument ever, bro. Because basically what they see is, and I'd always use Trent's right back. So if somebody got to that right position, Trent's not there, it's his fault. And I'm like, okay, but the context is that he just took the corner, blood. How? so how did it get him to meet there, bro?
I said he took the corner on the count and like Trent.
Bro, these man will watch the ball go past Trent, Kanate, and Virgil I go, Robbo, you should have got to that. Big man, what you talking? What are you talking about?
There was about 3 men in front of me before we even got to this place.
Bro, it's horrible, bro. It's horrible. And then after you start going to yourself, you know what? I think I'm an idiot if I keep arguing with these men. I watched one of the shows. I think it was on Hussam show. I watched Jerry, bro, and I swear I said it to you, G. I was watching Jerry.
Oh yeah.
When they were talking about Trent and that, and I was
when K-Mac said, "Nah,
try to lie."
K-Mac said that. Even Slot said that he's shit in that position, bro. Like he said, then when he's talking to Rio, and then you was like, he didn't say that.
A lie.
He's like, no, we basically. He went from he definitely said it to no, he did say that too. Well, basically, he said that, and it's not verbatim. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, well maybe I'm wrong." Then I'm like, "Yeah, but if that means if Jerry wasn't there and people haven't watched this interview, they will believe you, bro."
They would just believe it. They would just believe it.
Man, just say random stuff. You know what I mean? I'm watching these men have arguments over like back office stuff at Liverpool, and I'm like, "Where did you like get that from?" Like, "Oh yeah, we know that Klopp had the power. We know he did that for you." Where's this? We know that him and Michael didn't get along, bro. That's why, you know what I mean? The Julian had enough of Klopp, and then you watch the Klopp interview, and then he sounds like he's tired of having to do everything. I said, hold on, he sounds like he doesn't want to do everything. You like telling me that he took the power to do everything? Something ain't right here, bro. Something ain't right, bro.
You know what it is,
and then you ask them, they're like, no, I've got a source.
That's the favorite one.
Send me the link, and then I send me the link. Then the link takes ages to come, and then
Jerry, the best one for that is. The next speaker said, yeah, in their mind, that shuts down any argument you've got for them because you're getting too much. So they go, no, because obviously, then if they've got a co-produce co-host or whatever, they go, yeah, you know, because we know behind the scenes, don't we? But we can't say. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
No, but I've asked, I'm not gonna name, but I've asked once. Someone said something, and I was like, send me the link then. Bruv, the day went by, the second, and bruv, you're supposed to send the link, but we sent me the link to Court Offside, bruv. I was like, fuck off, bruv.
The amount of times, man, I've said, man, yo, show me your source on that, and it's athletic. Allow me, bro.
This is what I'm saying about people, and you gotta be careful with YouTube, you know, because obviously everything you say, like people will remember. Big up Hakeem because he mentioned about what I said about Szoboszlai. I was like, yeah, his passing was shit at one stage, but never wanted him out of the team, you know, kind of thing. Because I understood, like, even if I don't even understand at a base level what Slot wants to do, I can understand at a base level that he's in there for a reason. Whatever that reason is, I just couldn't be able to tell you, but he's in there for a reason. So I can't really argue with the fact that this manager keeps trying to pick, you know, this player. The same with these kind of things. I'm like, yeah, with certain conversations, I'm like, you know, we've got too much of like one. It's exaggerated on both sides. You got the nerds on the Twitter tacticos online who will start
dorks, bro.
Yeah, the dorks who just start using every word under the sun to describe the most basic thing. And then you've got the ones who don't really know anything about it, who will obviously take from whatever they see online, anything that's trending and stuff like that. I'm just like, yeah.
It stinks, bro. You man are from London, innit? So just by proxy, you probably just know footballers in the Prem or know of them or know friends of them because they're all around there, innit? I've watched man talk about like ballers that I actually know that I don't talk to them about football that often because man don't really want to talk about football in it when they're footballers. And I've watched man on stream talk about these people about the personal life and all it's because it's doing. And I'm just like, yo, I'm so tempted to comment you're talking shit, but I can't be bothered. But this is not true. Like it's not one bit true, bro. Yeah, bro. But they got sauces, man. Remember ketchup and barbecue, man. I hear it still. Bear waffle, bro.
Mr. Ketchup and Dr. Barbecue.
Yeah,
everybody got sauces. All right, Poots, we're going to wrap it up here. ENDZ, I believe he just sent me the link. He will be going live at 6 p.m., I believe. I did not know that Liverpool playing tomorrow. I thought we were playing on Wednesday. So
yeah, PSG, bro, Amazon Prime, and that, for the brokers, it's free.
Oh, is it on Amazon Prime, yeah?
Yeah. If you can't afford the Amazon Prime, I'm sorry, blood. You might have to, you know what I mean? Paper round or something.
What? Fuck it. To be honest, to be fair,
that's a paper round.
I'm gonna watch that game anyway, some way, somehow. But yeah, guys, I will be back probably for match reaction. I'll either way, I'm gonna be smiling at the end of this match reaction, so it doesn't really matter what the result is. So we'll wait and see. Big up Jerry, big up ENDZ, big up Savage.
Yeah, man, make Snape white again. Carry on, continue.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, you know what? Before we even go, make sure you guys go and check out my video. As Savage said, make Snape white again. But I am not going to agree with that. But watch the video, you guys will understand and you'll see what I was talking about. It's an interesting topic, man, and I think I see a lot of people. Gets' reply was the funniest reply I think I've heard in all of this as well. So make sure you guys, of course, check that shit out. Guys, I'll catch you guys. I have no idea, and I couldn't really care less. Love you all. Peace.